Hello, everyone. It's me, Andrew. I'm here in my home in lovely Ligonier. It's too cold out, y'all, to go to the cottage. Let's just tell it. William went over and he was telling me about how chilly it was inside, and I was like, Um, I think if I set up some of the heaters and kind of like made myself a little fortress of solitude, then maybe I could work there. But as it stands, I'm not brave enough to live in the ice and snow time. Plus, I don't want to get stuck there because the other night I was there, um, I almost got stuck there. So, that's less than ideal. Trying to think about how I'm gonna like um enjoy that. So anyways, I'm here now in the studio, and hopefully y'all are having a great Wednesday evening. If you're watching, let us know and say hello. And yeah, it's always nice. I see Susie's watching. Hey, Susie. I see Nancy's on over on Instagram. Hey, Nancy. I can't pull up the talk from over on Instagram over here. But yeah, I always try to keep an eye on things and make sure that I'm able to comment. One of the things that we've talked about while we were away was possibly getting rid of Wednesday night lives. And one of the reasons why is there's just a lot of people going on at the same time. So I know some folks watch on the replay, but um, some usually our numbers are pretty low on Wednesday. So I don't know if we're going to actually do it or not, but we're thinking that's one of the things that we've been tossing around as an idea. Um, you know, it's fun to hang out, but when it's just like me, then that makes it kind of less fun. Anyways, Marianne's watching. Hey, Marianne. Teresa's watching. Hey, Teresa. Norma's watching. Hey, Norma. Um, so we got a couple different things going on. If you didn't see, I don't know if you can see this or not. Um, I got cat hair all over it. That's the thing about having black shirts with cats. Sometimes you just have to roll with it. But yeah, we just got back from the ECU Material Topic Symposium in Greenville, North Carolina. That was really wonderful and very inspiring. It's always nice to connect with other like-minded people, but also to see what people are doing. It's kind of cool. They have different exhibitions, panelist talks, and fun little competitions. Unfortunately, we didn't get there in time to do the file solder contest. It's where they have to make a ring as fast as they can. Norma said, yes, Wednesday is often a night that I have other things going on. Yeah, we've been thinking about maybe going on earlier or just, I don't know, maybe not doing it and giving folks a break. So we've been thinking about different things. Um, so we'll see. We have to talk about it more and see what other folks are kind of into. But it kind of, is one of those things where we want to engage, have good engagement. And if people are pulled in too many directions, it just doesn't work out so well. So, anyways, we just got back from that. This is a T-shirt from this year's symposium. I have one for our friend Susie for watching the cats. Thanks so much for watching the cats. I'll have William run it across the street. I see the other Susie's watching. Howdy. Yeah. So yeah, we have been having uh, an eventful return to Pennsylvania. Mostly it's been just trying to keep everything warm. We've had some record lows lately, and that's kind of been interesting to navigate, especially as we have more properties and things that we have to take care of. It's just logistically, we're like running here, running there. And they actually just issued an emergency warning for Ligonier where they're encouraging people not to leave their houses unless they have to, because even though they're plowing the roads and salt, trying to take care of them, they ran out of salt. So that's a thing to worry about. But also, the salt is apparently not effective when it's too cold. I didn't know that, but I did read somewhere that they have these. Let me put this on the top. There you go. In case you're wondering who we are. Who are you? Where are we? That's where. About beet juice, which I thought was kind of fascinating. Lennis is watching. Hey, Lennis. Cheryl's watching. Hey, Cheryl. So it says that we have 5 people watching, but I just counted more than that. So I don't know. Sometimes maybe it's lying. But we've been talking about maybe not doing Wednesday night lives or going on earlier in the day. If you have a strong opinion about that, let us know and we'll think about it. Maybe we'll do it, maybe we won't. If we don't do it, don't get your feelings hurt. But ultimately, it just comes down to like what can work for us and our schedules. And, hopefully we'll be able to, we'll hopefully be able to make everybody happy. But rarely does that ever happen. So Marianne says certain salt mixes are just not as effective when it's as cold as it is in Ligonier. Yeah, it's really chilly, and that is definitely, we want everybody to be safe. So one of the things that we've been encouraging our folks to do is if they're planning to come visit us at the store, shop online instead. We actually have probably more options online than we do in the physical location, just because we haven't had a chance to put everything up yet. Excuse me. So we have a sale going on. You can save 20% in our online store at allegorygallery.com. And you can do that by using coupon code 12below. Let me see if there's a little banner thing that I can use to put for that. I think we only made one, but we'll have to go through here and edit out some of the stuff that's like old. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. There's all kinds of stuff. They keep changing it, and so we just have to roll with it. I see my friend Dawn is out there on Instagram. Hey, Dawn. Hopefully we'll be able to get together soon. I was supposed to go and see her after I left Aeromont, but things didn't work out. But hopefully soon. Lena says she's stuffing her face with veggie lasagna. That sounds great. We made Indian dish, and that because when we were down in North Carolina, we went to this place called Cinnamon, and it was really good and very tasty food. And I was inspired, so on our way home, we picked up ingredients and we made our version of it. And really, it's not anything super complicated. It just takes a while to just do everything. Mostly it's the potatoes that take the longest. But anyway, so I roasted some potatoes, and while that was cooking, I ended up chopping up some onions and a little bit of garlic and a little bit of ginger and let that saute until it was translucent. And then once it was translucent, I added some tomato paste, and they didn't really have there's a couple ingredients that they didn't have at the grocery stores that we stopped at. So we took some roasted cashews and blended it with coconut milk, and that turned out delicious by itself, but was actually really lovely. And then we mixed that in with the tomato and the onions and the garlic and blitzed it up, and it made a really beautiful kind of silky sauce that was just lovely. And then we put the potatoes in and it was good. But really you could use that sauce for almost anything, and I think that would be still be good. Oh, and the other things that were in the sauce were garam masala spice mix and curry spice mix. And that really gives it the flavor. So that's what I made a couple days ago, and I made a great big pot of it. So we've been doctoring it up and like portioning it out and doctoring it up and like mixing different vegetables in and like, kind of zhuzhing it. And yeah, it was kind of good. So yeah, hopefully y'all are having had a good dinner tonight if you're eating it. Um, Cindy's watching. She says, hello, Andrew and William. Hope you're staying warm and safe. We're trying. That's the thing. We have all these different heaters going, and yeah, it's let's just hope that the power stays on, because if it goes out, we're gonna be in the troublesome creek time. Teresa said they made mushroom and lentil soup. That sounds good. That sounds really good. I actually might try to make some of that myself this week because it seems like good soup weather. It seems like good soup weather. We've been trying to be more mindful about eating more regularly because usually we do like the snake diet where you eat like one huge meal at the dinner time and then like that sustains you until your next huge gorging. But that's not necessarily the most healthy. So the thing that we're trying to do is eat smaller portions throughout the day. And so like in the morning we'll cook some eggs, or I had some avocados that I was eating, and then we have like little cheese sticks for snacks, and I think it's working. I lost a little bit of weight, which is good. Um, and it's not necessarily about losing weight necessarily, but about being more healthy and having more sustained energy. So trying to stay healthy and project positive vibes for the future. So there you go. So I might make some soup because that's easy. That we can make a big pot of it and then like heat it up in small portions. Because I kind of get where if I have to um, like cook a whole meal, it just takes too much time, and we're still self-employed, so there you go. So it's nice to be able to make a big pot of something and dish it out. Mary Jane is watching. Hello, Mary Jane. How are you? It's funny because I was saying earlier that we were thinking of getting rid of Wednesday nights because our numbers are down, but our numbers are up tonight. So I don't know if it's because of the cold or if other people aren't going live right now or what. But here we go. We got some people watching tonight. So Marianne said fried potatoes, onions, eggs for dinner. That sounds delicious. That's actually one of my favorite meals, especially if you can get like sometimes I'll make like a hash and then not like drug hash, but like potato hash. And if you can get like nice and crispy on the edges, then it's like extra delicious. Dominion says, hi, Andrew in chat. Howdy. Hopefully you're doing well out there, keeping warm. Julie's watching. Hey, Julie. Hopefully you're doing well and that your sales are going well so that you can have a shopping spree in Tucson. I'm not going to Tucson this year, but one of my pieces is. So if you're in Tucson, be sure to check out the Snag Show. It's at Cathedral Square Center, which is across from the AGTA show, which is right downtown. It's a cool venue. I've seen pictures and had a walkthrough of it. One of my self-portrait brooches will be there in the Snag Show. The show's called Mineral Minded, and it's all about creations using different kinds of stones and gems and all that kind of goodness. So there's going to be different tool vendors, and there's also going to be an artist market. So if you are in the area, definitely stop by. I know that they would definitely appreciate it if you go and attend. And if you do attend and you see Brianne, who's the executive director of SNAG, tell her that I sent you, Andrew from Allegory Gallery, and then maybe I'll get like bonus points and she'll like me. I don't know if that's how that works, but one can hope, right? All right. So Donna's watching. Hey, Donna. So we got a pretty good crew tonight. If you didn't see last night, we kicked off our creature adoption program. And if you didn't see last night, you're probably like, what the hey is he talking about? The one thing, though, is I always have to burp when I come on to live, which is less than ideal. Vanessa's watching. Hey, Vanessa. So we kickstarted our creature adoption program last night. If you didn't see, you can always watch last night's live and send us an email to info@allegorygallery.com. And you can have first dibs, second dibs, third dibs. I don't know what dibs we're at right now, but you can get dibs on the different creatures. I did post them on my timeline, my personal timeline, and I made 2 posts because there were too many of them to fit in one post. And so we did eliminate one of the designs just because it kind of is a wonkadoodle shape and we would need to put 2 pin backs instead of just one. So we did eliminate one of them. So hopefully, if you do claim it via email, we'll still honor that. But the new lineup, I didn't include that. So that's just a heads up on that. Vanessa says, I've missed some of the lives. I have some catching up to do. Yeah, we've had some pretty good ones lately. So if I don't say so myself, or if I do say so myself. So yeah, we've had some good lives. And last night we debuted the creatures. We made some pins. They're $14 a piece. And yeah, they will help fund some of the projects that I'm working on. So if you didn't know, I got paired up with a mentor through Cohorts Arts. And my mentor is Jennifer Wells, who is based out of Italy. And at the end of this year, we meet twice a month, one-on-one, and then once as a group. So 3 times a month, which is quite a lot, actually. And we're going to meet up at her studio in Italy at the end of the year. But one of the projects that we had been talking about is kind of a passion project that I had a dream about. And I want to make that real. I don't know how, I don't know where, I don't know when, but I want to make it real. And so the thing that I'm going to need to do is I need to make the work. And in order to make the work, I need additional funding. So the sale of these pins will help fund those projects and offset some of the costs and make it a little bit easier. William and I are in a transitional stage in our business and kind of refiguring things. So we don't have a lot of disposable income to go into big projects like that. And this will definitely help. So many thanks to everybody who got some of the little creature friends. We really appreciate it. And other good news, we got a renewal with one of our business coaches. So I had a meeting today with one of our business coaches, and it was really inspiring. During the mastermind group, our mentor talked about the SIPOC, um, the SIPOC way of planning for an event. And um, I'll have to look over the notes to tell you exactly what that means. But basically, it's like a mind mapping kind of exercise that makes you prepared and set up expectations and kind of plan. And so that was really helpful. We're definitely going to think about different ways that we can kind of grow our business in a sustainable way. And also at the same time, kind of allow me as an artist to have my own kind of thing going too, so I don't get all just like wrapped up in just the business and let my career kind of slip and slide. So anyways, there, that was that. So that was pretty exciting, and I'm glad that we're going to have another year to work with them and kind of develop different things. um, Oh, I thought that was blowing, but it was just a heater. Oh, I see Suzanne's watching. Hey, Suzanne. Marion says that she got one of the pins. Thank you so much. Yeah, we really appreciate it. I'm super excited. I have this idea for this magic lantern where I take my creatures and put them all the way around, kind of like a tube of fun, and then we'll spin the tube so it moves around, and there's a light source in the middle, and that light source will project the images onto the walls. And that sounds really hard, but I don't think it will be hard as all that, because they do make these mobiles for babies, and if the baby can have it, then I can have it too. And it'll really take an it'll really depend on like the size of the piece and all that, and like the weight and the structure and like the physics of the piece. Because if I have it made in laser cut steel, which is what I would want to have it done, it's gonna it's gonna need some doing. That's a polite way of saying that. Susie says, I was thinking of you today when I saw Nola on the news, and then she's talking to Suzanne. Norma says, I really like that idea. Yeah, I was thinking about ways that we view art jewelry in different spaces. And generally speaking, art jewelry is very small. And, sometimes it's not, sometimes it's ginormous, and people make great big pieces. But sometimes I feel like the space is not fully activated. Like we went and saw a show, and it felt very kind of desolate, almost like there was like the objects and like a spotlight on the object, and the rest of the space kind of seemed dead. And maybe that was intentional, like, there's definitely a reason why people do the things they do. But for me, I really want to engage the space and make it kind of a living thing and like an experience, so that the creatures come alive and you can be a part of the story, and it's not just like you're not just like an observer, but you're a participant. So I've been thinking of different ways to do that, and one of those things is accessibility. So for me, it's really important to have pieces that anybody can afford, or nearly anybody can afford. And for example, like the pins, they're a part of this project. They're not the pieces that are maybe like behind, like on a pedestal or whatever, but you can wear that when you see the exhibit and be part of it. And or you can have that and know that your contribution has helped make that possible. You help bring these creatures and my voice to life as an artist. So I really appreciate it if you can get one of the creatures and give it a nice little home. Even if you don't wear them, you can always give them away as gifts. They make great embellishments for presents, a little bit of whimsy. You could do an art abandonment project. It's not going to hurt my feelings what you do with it. You could probably set it on fire, and I'd still be like, all right, well, there's that. I prefer you not to do that, but whatever, $14, $14. All right. Anyways, before I get too wonka doodle crazy time, um, Suzanne says, we spent the day digging out because there's another hard freeze tonight. Most people did nothing. Yeah, sometimes we don't do the shoveling and stuff because if there's just more coming, it makes it really slick, and that can make it kind of dangerous sometimes. So it just depends how close back to back the digging out is. But that's good for you. That's good on you for doing your part and doing your share. Marianne said that would definitely add to the gallery experience. I hope. The thing is I don't really know until we make it happen, and it really depends on the space. Like, so we're gonna have to see about like where that can happen. I'm talking to Jen Wells, who's my Italian mentor, and she's gonna try to think about spaces that this could launch or where this could go. And I've been making some inroads with different galleries and craft schools. So who knows? Maybe, you know, sometimes all you need to do is make the work and speak it into truth, and there you go. It can happen. So, and I'm a big believer in that and making stuff happen. And if you know me, then you know that that I am a 100% believer that if there's a will, there's a way. And so, there's people who ye of little faith think that I don't have it in me to do certain things. I'm like, I'm gonna show you, and then I do. So, it's all about hard work, meaning preparation. So there you go. Angela's watching. Hey, Angela, how are you? Suzanne says, I like that thought, wear and be a part of the exhibit. Yeah, I really have been thinking about different ways that I can kind of engage people and, make it so that it's not just one way. It's not just you looking at stuff, but you being a part of something. I want people to feel a part of something when they look at my artwork. And it's one thing to just say that and be like, oh, I want people to be a part of it. But it's another thing to actively engage them. So, Teresa says, I asked under the pictures if I could adopt 2 pins. Oh, good. I didn't actually think anybody adopted any of them. So we'll go, and I'll have to go back through all that. And I was like, oh, nobody did anything. But, I know people are busy, so, and shoveling themselves out the snow. So I wasn't stressing too hard. But I'll have to make sure that William sees that and then can contact you about that. Um, let's see. And Teresa says, love this idea, Andrew. Thank you. Mary Jane says, I love the critters. If I could, I would buy them all. Oh, good. Well, maybe we'll set up a payment plan. I don't know. I do really want to make this a reality. And there's certain things that I would love to do. Like, I don't wanna spill the beans all too early because I've got some really cool plans for some of the creatures, but I want to have one that's like it's called the Gold Eater, and just imagine that it's like a whole little creature. It's got gold on its mouth and it's got gold on its little fingers, and then you can see inside of its little tum tum, and it'll have like a quartz crystal or some kind of clear, transparent crystal, and then you can see the little bits of gold inside of its belly. And I think that would be so cool. So I want to make that piece. But it's like it's one of those things. Gold costs money, so we gotta figure these things out and budget accordingly and plan and plan. But I'm gonna make it happen. Mary Jane says, I got one. Oh, good. Thank you so much. Donna says, I did last night and I adopted my 2 faves. Oh, thank you, Donna. Thank you. Suzanne says, "Can I just order a random pin to adopt? I can't make my mind up my mind." Sure you can. Just tell William, info@allegorygallery.com, and William will pick for you, and that'll be the way. We're happy to accommodate in that way. Oh, I see Charlie's out there on the Instagram. Hey, Charlie. Um, I also have to get back to you, Suzanne. I have not been able to go up to the cottage and spend any great amount of time there. So I'll respond to your email that you sent me when it warms up and is not -2, because I can't deal with the cold like that. I'm more sturdy than I used to be, but I'm not that sturdy, y'all. I'm just gonna tell it. I'm not that sturdy. So when it's cold like that, like my hands get stiff. I'm like gently start crying the frozen tears. Um, and so there's that. Donna says, "Ooh, Andrew, that sounds very cool. Thank you." Mary Jane says, "Sounds awesome." And Suzanne says, "Sounds fine." And then Charlie over on Instagram says, "Hello, I'm hemming a dress, so I'm popping in and out." Oh, good. Well, thanks for joining us. Yeah, so I have this big plan for the exhibitions. I want to bead some of them, and I would love to like encrust these surfaces. And I have a goal of making 1,000 creatures. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make that many or not, but probably I think I can. Um, I'm kind of hard. Like I'll work hard, and but so that's kind of a big thing. I want to also start documenting the process of them. So for the folks that are on our Patreon, which you can check out, let me put the banner for the Patreon. I've been posting some of our experiments on there for the past year on enameling and different mixed media techniques. And hopefully I'll be able to add some more to that, because I think that's really important to kind of document the process. But if you're over there, you've seen some of the processes in the works, and there's more to come. I'm going to do a whole series of different applications with gold. So I'm going to test out a bunch of different things for y'all. So if you're interested in learning enameling techniques, or if you just want to support us, you can go on ahead over to the patreon.com/Star Cottage Studio, and that helps fund our projects. So normally I'm always making something. I'm always kind of experimenting with new things and trying stuff out. So, but I don't tell anybody. It's kind of like one time I was on the phone with somebody, and I was like, "Oh, look at this, and then look at this, and look at this." And then they're like, "When did you do that?" And I was like, "Oh, probably like 10 years ago." And they're like, "I never saw that." And I was like, "Well, I didn't really like it at the time, so I didn't show it or at all." But with this, it's kind of like an accountability partner, where it forces me to document the things that we're doing. I need to get a little bit better about it, um, but I think there's a lot of really cool things. So if you are interested in enameling or surface embellishment, that's another place that you can get another layer information. And for the most part, it's all the levels that we have, all the tiers are pretty much, you get the same thing. So it just depends on your budget and what you want to afford. So, or, like what you want to contribute. Or what you can contribute. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. I wish I could just make it for everybody, and it would just like magically work out like that. But it is one thing that we're trying to do. And so far, we get a little bit of money here and there, and it helps with the maintenance of the cottage. The cottage is a 100-year-old schoolhouse, so it is something that needs work all the time and improvement. And for next year, we have a really big and ambitious goal to do a capital campaign to raise money to do the outside of the building. And that includes putting up some this basically it's like this plywood. I don't know what it I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it's like a concrete plywood thing hybrid, and you nail it into place and it helps reinforce the structure. And then put in, of course, add insulation, and then put this weatherproof sheeting membrane thing on the outside, and then put on the siding. And we're kind of deciding what we're going to do. Originally, I wanted to paint the cottage like dark blue and then have stars all over it. So it kind of looked like the night sky and be Star Cottage Studio and be real literal. However, our metal roof at the cottage is green, and I was kind of messing around with the color schemes, and I didn't quite like it. So I think we might go with a different shade of green. So that way it's kind of, our little forest retreat. But the cool thing about having the exterior of the cottage done is that it will make heating and cooling a lot easier, and it will keep us safer and allow us to work and dig around. And when it's -2, I can go up and do work instead of be shiver time. So, anyways, that was my plug for Patreon, and hopefully, folks will join that if they can. And yeah. Um, Marion says it's definitely too cold to work at the cottage. Yes, it is. The icicles alone, y'all, you're gonna have to be like dodging the icicles because they're pretty intense. Teresa is one of our Patreon members, and she says, "I like seeing the experiments on Patreon." Yeah, I like sharing them. So it's been a good thing for me for my process to be able to share that. Um, Dale is watching. Hey, Dale. Marian says Tyvek. No, it's called something composite board, and it's basically the sheeting that is used as a structural reinforcement. We do want to get some Tyvek for the catio, that for the cats, so that it doesn't rot. The person who made our catio now that William's mom got us, they didn't use wood that was meant to be outside, so it ended up rotting out. It's not safe for the little ones. So we've had that blocked up. So what we're going to do is take that apart and reuse parts of it, of course, because we don't want to waste anything. And then replace the boards on the bottom with Tyvek so that they don't rot out. If we can make the whole structure out of Tyvek, that may be good. But probably what we're going to do is use some pressure treated wood that we put some exterior house paint on, to keep it lasting a long time. And also think about like the design of it, because some of the design of the catio was there wasn't places for the water to run off, and so the water was like collecting and it was rotting the wood faster, and we didn't know that until after it started rotting. So yeah, little things like that, you live and you learn, right? So Susie says cementalicious siding. I don't know what that is, but it sounds both terrifying and delicious. um And Marion says Tyvek is a membrane that aids the effectiveness of the insulation. Maybe if it's that plastic sheeting stuff, then maybe that. But there's like this board that you get, and it fits on, and then you need to screw it into place, and then you put the sheeting on top of that, and then you put the siding on top of that, and then that's supposedly supposed to keep everything weather tight. Um, we talked about putting cedar shingles back up, but I don't think we're going to end up doing that again because it's just really expensive. I didn't realize just how expensive the cedar shingles were. And they don't last very long. I mean, they last probably 10 years, but a lot of the shingles on the cottage right now are pretty disasperated and falling apart. So we're going to try to do something with something a little bit sturdier so it lasts a little bit longer. And then we can focus on the making of things instead of the weathering of the elements. All right, so we got about 18 folks watching. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip things around. Hold on, y'all. Oh, we got another person watching. We got the family Lucas is watching over on Instagram, and Cara K is watching on Instagram, and Let's Be New York are also watching. Howdy, folks. Hopefully, y'all are doing well on this Wednesday evening. And yeah, we're gonna flip things around. I think we're gonna start with a project. What do y'all think about a project? Is that something that you're interested in doing a project, or do you want to just like go straight into like buy and sell in time? Because I kind of am in the mood to do a project. Sometimes we get, we have to do the selling stuff because of the way the store is now. But I still like to have like project time. Marion says cedar shakes are expensive. Yeah, they do. The previous owner, she got the less expensive ones and she doubled them up. So she did a double layer of them and it made them last longer. But we priced them out. And I talked to her maybe a couple years ago whenever we got the cottage. And we had gotten the cottage during pandemic time. So all of the prices were sky high. And we talked to her about how much it costs to do the shingles. And when she did them, it cost $3,000. When we looked, it was over 12 because it's a big building. It's not small. And I was like, do what? Do what she done said? Um, so let's just know that I was like, I guess we gonna do like the Crayola on the walls and do like spitting wishes up in here because this not gonna have the budget for that. But next year, which is this year now, 2025, we're going to do a capital campaign to make that happen. And hopefully, I don't know if we're going to be able to do it this year or if it's going to be next year, but we definitely want to have it planned for, there's only so long that we can hold off on it before it starts really damaging the building. So, anyways, Julie says yes for a project. Norma says project yes. Suzanne says sure. Marianne says, project, please. Cindy says, project time. Don says, project, please. Angel says, love a project. All right. It sounds like we're going to do a project. All right. I'm going to flip this around. You're going to see the ceiling. And then, yep, you know the drill. That's a stand. That's not my gut. All right. Settings, camera. Back, ultra wide camera. All right. Oh, this has a mirror on it. All right, let me see about turning this mirror thing off. Because that drives me wonkadoodle. What is the purpose of that? Because people like it to be backwards? I don't know. Anyways, here's this. Here are the creatures. If you didn't hear me do the talk at the beginning, we're having a creature adoption event. And the creatures, I love this one. That looks so cool. Like it's like a nebula. This little nebula, little dancing wolfy friend. Let's go to the party. And then this little mud skipper. Say hey friends. And then the dancing happy cat. And then the judgy cosmic cat. And then they look like Gertie. We were talking about the designs earlier. And William, we kept calling it the Gertie cat. And she kept she go rrr, rrr, Every time we would say Gertie cat, she'd go. It was pretty cute. All right, so let me get this out of the way so that we have room to work. Otherwise, it's going to be a real short demo. And yeah, I think what we'll do, maybe we'll do some square stitch. What y'all think? You can do square stitch? We can do square stitch. We can also do brick stitch. I'll let y'all pick. Square or brick. And then hopefully I remember how to do it. We can also do some peyote, but that may, we may have to think about that. Marion says, my Civ is the judge cat. Yeah, the cats, they're super charming, but they stare at me with their eyes and full of judgment. Hopefully I don't mess this up. All right. The one that I thought was super cool, the glow in the dark. Those are super fun. All right. Suzanne says either. Julie says square. All right. Let me do something real fast. And hopefully y'all are doing well. Let me know in the comments how y'all have been doing. Are you doing anything? Are you making anything tonight? Doing anything exciting? Please let me know. It's always nice to hear about how people are doing and what they're up to. Seth is how it's pronounced. Sorry. Yeah, Seth. That's cute. In the Viking time, right? Julie says, I'm making brick stitch fringe earrings. Oh, your neon ones turned out real good. If you haven't followed Julie, head on over to Julie's page and follow her and look at her earrings because those turned out really good. Oh, I forgot to mention Beat in the New Year. There's another prompt for another day of that, which I forgot what it is today. But the calendar's up there. All right, so let me see. I wish there was an easier way of searching this thing because I done forgot how to. I just want to make sure that I get this started right. So I posted a tutorial in the on the Patreon. And then of course the thing is in my files. Oh, here we go. I can do this faster this way. Holy smokes, we did 222 square. Okay, Donna says, Seth is Thor's wife. Julie says, thank you. I love those earrings. Yeah, they turned out really good. Good job. And let me see. Square stitch. I kind of know already, but I get where I get bashful, I guess. I don't know. Donna says, had a super busy day. Got the necklace that I dropped off half the bees off the floor of my that you restrung fixed my vacuum cleaner too. That's good. All right, so here we go. That's it. All right, so let me get this out of the way. And then I'm going to get some beading thread and get my light situated, and then we'll go. All right. So this project is really simple, and I used to teach this. Of course, I'm knocking stuff over with my bum cheeks. All right, y'all didn't need to know that. We just gonna pretend like that didn't happen. All right. And Donna said, and cooked a killer white chicken spinach lasagna. That sounds delicious. All right, so I got my needle. And I got my fire line. Generally, I like to use Nymo for this because it has a little bit of a better drape. But I've started working with this. This is pretty heavy duty. This is 8-pound fire line. I'm going to cut off a wingspan and a little bit of extra. And then I'm going to take and cut that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to thread my needle. Now, one of the tricks of threading your needle is not to put the thread into the hole. And that may sound counterproductive. Like, isn't that how you thread a needle? But if you use your needle and push it onto your thread, you'll be a little bit, it works easier for me. I don't know if that's a real thing or not, or if I just made that up, but there you go. All right, so we'll need a stop bead of some kind. And I just have these 8mm. So I'm going to use that, or 8.0, not 8mm. I'm going to string this up. I'm going to pull it down and give myself a good couple inches here at the end of thread, because I want to have that so that I can sew in a clasp. And then I'm just going to go up through that bead, and so that's going to act as my stop bead. I'm going to end up removing this later, so don't worry about it. So there's my stop bead. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to string up, let's do a green and yellow. Do you like this green? Marion said, I believe that's true that you needle the thread. See, I don't make everything up. Or this green, or we could do a combination. Or this yellow. Y'all like that? You want this green? I'm gonna pick 2 colors for now, maybe. Let's see. I think this will have a better well, I think it'll be like this. We'll do this. All right, so I'm gonna spill some of these out. Not too many. And I'm gonna spill some of these out. So I'm gonna work with 3 colors. You could work with, let's see. You could probably work with more colors. Maybe we'll do another 4. How about that? We'll do 4 colors. Chartreuse, first green. I like the 2 greens. Oh, good. All right. Some of these I'm gonna have to put them back because I spilled out a lot. All right. And I have this blue. I think that's a pretty blue. So I've got 4 colors. And this blue has a purple lining. All right. So maybe, let's see, what do I like the best? I kind of like, I do like these, but I do think that these would make kind of like a good pop of color. So eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let me put this so that that's the center of attention. Um, Let me think on that. Let's do this one. All right, chartreuse. So we're gonna string up 3 of these chartreuse color beads. I'm gonna pull this down to the end here. Now this is gonna look like hot trash until I get the tension right. So I've got those 3 beads, and then I'm gonna string up 1 of these, and then you see this third one right here that the third in the sequence, 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna go up through that last bead, and I'm then gonna kind of push this down so that it's not too tight, and then I'm gonna string this down through this 4th bead. So I came up through here, I added this 4th bead, I went up through the 3rd one, and now I'm gonna go down through the 4th bead. All right. I'm gonna pick up 1 of these chartreuse beads. I'm gonna go up through the 2nd bead. I'm gonna skip that. See how that's coming out through the top there? And I'm gonna pull this tight so that they're nestled next to each other like so. And then I'm gonna go down through the 5th bead that I added. All right. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick up another chartreuse bead. And just like the previous steps, this is square stitch, y'all. We're gonna go up through that 1st bead, only the 1st bead, and then we're going to go down through the 6th bead that we added. All right. So we're gonna come out through the top here like so. Now, when we get to this point where we've got this kind of situated, I flip my work. And then I start over. So I'm gonna pick up, this is the 7th bead. I'm gonna go through this bead. This is the 6th bead that we added. Go up through the bottom, out through the top, and it's gonna sit next. You have to make sure that that sits next to it. If it don't want to do, we're gonna put it in its place and we're gonna squeeze it in tight, and then we're gonna go down through that 7th bead that we just added. All right. Next thing we're gonna do is pick up the 8th bead. We're going to go through, this is the 5th bead, up through that 5th bead, out through the top, and then we're going to go down through the 8th bead and fit that through like so. And we're just going to repeat that again. So pick up that 9th bead, up through what would be the 4th bead, out through the top of the 4th bead, and then down through the 9th bead. And if it wants to walk out of place, we're going to show it who's boss, and we're going to put it down. We're going to go down through it, and we're going to make it so. All right. So this is the first segment of this bracelet. We've got this little thing. It looks real hecka wobbly. This thread, this fire line, if you didn't know that, it make a dirty mark on your hands. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll rub my fingers across that and get that off of the way and wash my hands, and then not have all those marks while I'm working. But anyway, so I've got this, and then when I finish the row, what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this over so that I'm always working out the top. It's just a little bit more ergonomic for me. I'm going to pick up one of these dark kind of Kelly green ones or emerald ones, and we're just going to repeat the process. So I'm going to add the green and then go down. And so I'm going to continue. I'm going to show you a couple different segments, and then you can make it however long you want to make it. I don't want to spend too much time. I mean, I could do this. We could finish the whole bracelet. This goes pretty fast. I used to teach this as like a quick kind of, not quite make and take, but we would do these fast classes, and it goes really fast. So anyways, you just go up through there and then down through there. And here's where the fun thing is this is where you can get real creative and do your stitching. You can do all kinds of patterns, you can make words, you can do all kinds of stuff. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to add one of these green ones. As you see, I flip my work over, and this is square stitch, y'all. If you're just tuning in, this is square stitch. We're making a square stitch bracelet, but really you could use this for anything. You could use it, you could go and use this for panels for a purse. You could make little, what you call it, those things that you put on the napkins, napkin rings. All right, so I picked up this yellow one. Now here's a thing that is good to be mindful while you're doing it. Look at your beads while you're doing your work, because every once in a while one will slip by that has a chip out of it, or is smaller or larger, and just set that aside, because if you try to use the one that is all wonkadoodle, guess what? It's going to make all your project wonkadoodle. And you may be like, but I have only this one bead left. I want to use this bead. Well, it's like that thing where they put the brick, like you put a brick in the or a book in the bricks, and then it makes the brick wall all get messed up out of place the further you go. So it's real important to not have your work get kind of out of misalignment, and just keep going um, with beads that are going to actually work. All right. So this is going to be, you don't want the tension too tight because this has to be flexible. So if you are worried about the drapeability of this bracelet, don't make it too tight. The inclination is to pull that business as tight as it will go. But the thing is that if you put the tension too tight, it's going to make it so that it doesn't want to bend and flex. So we do want to make sure that this is a usable bracelet and not just a bookmark. And so we're just going to stitch these beads on in this pattern. So I'm going to do all green in this row. And then I'm going to hit the next kind of segment. And then we'll do our next pattern. So is anybody beading along with this? If you have square beads, it works really easy. If you have rounder beads, they kind of want to wander a little bit. If you have delicas, they will lock in place really well. But rocals will kind of want to do their own thing, so it takes a little bit more persuasion, but you can still make it work. Hexes work really good. And yeah, so one thing you want to do, make sure is that your tension is good. And so not too tight, but also not too loose. And really, it's just a matter of practice. So if you get a chance, give it some practice, and work up a couple rows and see if you're getting the tension down. Of course, whenever you start a seed beaded project, I always tell people it's like, it's faith. It's a matter of faith, because until you get a couple rows in, sometimes it can be real loose and not have the shape. But the more that you work your project, the more structure it will get. Cheryl says that she's lurking and stitching with me. Oh, good. I'm excited to see what y'all make. Now, as an added perk, these instructions, step-by-step instructions written out, are in the Patreon. So I'll repost those maybe tonight. And you can, if you don't want to follow along um, via my talk and have all my talking in it, then you can have like you can do, have them written out. But this is the thing, like if you want to add, you could have it be like this and have like little spots in between, but you can also make lines like stripes. So it's up to you how you do this. The sky's the limit. So maybe we'll do a stripe. I'll show you what just a stripe looks like. But this is where the fun kind of creative part goes. And you can really kind of jazz things up. Also, the beads that you use will also determine the finished look. So if you use really nice beads, and you use ones with like, iridescence or metallic finishes, it can really add a sense of luxury to this design and make it really like, a nice look to it. Now, if you are trying to make something that is more structured for, sometimes you want like components. Oh, no, you don't. Here's the thing. You don't want to get tangled up because you can stitch this in and then you're going to be the sad times, and nobody wants the sad times. Go down. Let me see. Go down, go down, go down. Okay, good. Now, if for some reason you want this to be harder, like more stiff, you can run a stitch and go up and down and up and down and up and down through the whole thing. And what that will do is it will reinforce this and make this real sturdy. But what you really want with these bracelets is if it's going to bend, you want it to have a little bit of looseness so that it can, so that you can, do that. Now, one of the things I'm going to talk about right now is I doubt you want to see me work on this for about 2 hours. I mean, it's not maybe 2 hours, probably 1 hour I could finish it. Um, to fit around my my wrist. I'll talk about finishing edges. All right. So one of the things you can do if you want is add a picot stitch on the edge. And this is a finishing technique. So once you finish your bracelet, so you've got a lot of opportunities here. So one opportunity is brick stitch. See how there's thread bridges all the way across this? That is ideal for brick stitch. So you can build off of that. You can also, if you wanted to, you could do peyote stitch if you wanted to on this. And what you would do to do that is you would go in through one and skip it, and then you can create this like up, down, up, down, up, down, and then use that then to stitch on top of. So if you want to go into grow this in a different direction, you have this option. So I'm going to do picot stitch right now. And that's basically, I'm going to string up 1, 2, and 3 of these little size 8s. And I'm going to go into the next one over. And then it makes this little fringy bit. All right. I'm going to go up through the next bead. And I'm going to add 3 of these beads. You can actually skip. So depending on how thick you want this picot stitch, you can skip it so that it's not too tight. Because sometimes what happens, it kind of makes a scallop. And I'll show you both so that you can choose what you like. If you skip it, it looks like this. If you don't skip it and you go up, it gets a little bit tighter and it will look it will do that scallop effect. Now, what I recommend is if you want to do this, you pick one of them. Because if you try to do both, it kind of looks, how you call 'em, messy. And so you want to push the one stitch to the back, the one row to the back, and kind of hold that there with your finger, and then you pull this like so. So what it does is it makes a row like this. So if you want them to be staggered like that. So then when you do the next row, you go up through here on this side of it, and you do it again. And then you'll push this row to the back and you do it. So it depends if you want it to be what you want it to be. So if you want it to have that kind of like frilly look, that's how you do that. So if you do that staggered kind of scallop, that's one way of doing the picot stitch. But the other picot stitch is just to go and skip the one in between, and then you go down through this. You just have to make sure that you're on this side of the, so you have two looks. So this is if you don't skip, and this is if you do. So if you want this look, or if you want this look. So it's choices. I like the other one. It looks to me, it looks less jumbledy. But sometimes you want that to be jumbledy. Sometimes you want it to be like, oh, I'm gonna do the jumble time. So there's that. Whatever you pick is gonna be, that's your choice. That's what I love about jewelry making in general, is that you get to decide. You have the power. You get to be the one who's in control. In our life, there's so many things that we don't have control over. And with jewelry or any kind of art making, you're in charge. So you have the power. You get to create the world that you're in, and you can make it as colorful as you want. You can make it as funky as you want. You can add all the colors. You can add no colors. And then that's your choice. And you can do that. Now, another thing you can do, and I kind of talked about this before, is you can add a fringe to this. This looks really cool. It kind of looks like a centipede, but I'm going to show you how to do a branch coral. All right. So right now I've strung up, let me show you how many we got. 2, 4, 6. I'm going to go up to maybe 9. So 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 9. All right. So how to do the branch fringe. This does take a little bit longer than regular fringe, but it doesn't take that long. So what you do is you string your last bead, and then you count down to where you want your next branch to branch off of. So I want this to be three beads long. So I'm going to go back down 3 beads only. And I'm going to pull it. Now you do have to kind of play around with the tension a little bit, because otherwise it's going to be real gappy, and then that's going to look terrible. So then you can string up however many you want. Maybe you want 3, maybe you want 4. It's up to you. I'm going to do 3. String those up. Add my 4th bead on, my stop bead. I'm going to go down through those 3 that I just added, and then go down maybe a third, down through 3. Now this can look really good if you had those little check drops. You sold those check drops a couple of times. Little dagger beads would look great on this. And really, you can put as many as you want as long as you have enough room in your main branch. So I'm going to do another one with 3. So I'm going to string up 1, 2, and then 3, and then I'm going to push this down till it gets to the end, and then string up that stop bead, that last stop bead that's stuck to my fingers. I'm under the light, so my hands are getting sweaty. I'm going to go up through those 3 that I just added, and then down through the rest, and there you go. Lena says, that's the fun. Sometimes people use colors together I never would have thought of. I love looking at what other people make. I agree. That's one of the best things about the Allegory Gallery Design Challenge group is that it's a really safe, creative, supportive environment for people to share the work that they're making. And there's no like judgments about it, and you can show the creations that you're making, which I think is really lovely because everybody's super supportive. And we have a lot of people in the group. Not a lot of people comment in that group, but there's a lot of people who share what they're working on. So, anyways, Marian says, go and watch the TV as I have some exercises to do. This is a little branchy coral that we've got going. And then you just add more, or you can skip, or you could do pico stitch in between. Make a little chicken foot for a little house if you wanted to. And you could do that. If you wanted to make this into a little Baba Yaga house, you could definitely make a little Baba Yaga house. If you don't know what that is, it's a house with chicken feet. And that'd be cute. Maybe I should do that. Maybe. I'll think about that. But that's how you call what's called a branch coral, or a branch fringe, and then you just do that over and over and over again. What I suggest is if you put a little bead with whatever you use for your stop bead, if you have like one of those check glass drops that's transparent, it kind of looks like it's been kissed with some dew, some or like it's in the little raindrop on that. Or if you put a little bit of one of those metallic seed beads on there, that adds a little pop, a little razzle dazzle, and catches the light whenever you move. So you can use this as a component in itself, make this into a pendant, or like in the pattern that I'm going to share on Patreon, you can use it as a bracelet. Now, the way that you attach this, whenever you're done, um, because you may be like, okay, I'm done. How do I do this? It really depends on the clasp that you use, right? So, if you use one of the sliding column things, then what you're going to want to do, and here's another thing, you don't want that to get caught, so make sure to be mindful, um, is you come up through here, say this is the end of your bracelet, and then your thread comes up through the middle here, and you can do you just sew it on to your clasp. And generally speaking, you would use that kind of, it's got 2 little rounds on it, and then they slide together. Lena says, would you use wire instead for Baba Yaga house, like wire sculpture? No, you could use beads for this. I mean, if you want the Baba Yaga to stand up and be supported, you would use wire for like the feet maybe, but in theory what you could do is, so if this is your piece and say you want this to come at an angle, what you do is to make a square. Okay, let's pretend I'm not getting caught up on everything. So generally speaking, you're going to want your beads to be next to each other, right? Well, if you're going to go and change directions, you're going to go on the other side. So normally your beads is going to want to go like this, but we're going to go and we're going to push it on the side like this. Say, you're going to live here now. And then you're going to go like this. And then you're going to pick this up. You're going to go like this. And then you're going to go down like this. And we're going to do the dimensional beading. And then William said, I'm going to be later tonight. Tractor trailer stuck in my way home, having to detour through Latrobe. All right. Maybe we make a Baba Yaga house since William's going to be delayed. Because it's hard for me to pull stuff from the office treasures and then, and then have to try to run and fetch and stuff. But we got this is a fun project. Don't y'all think? So this is how you make a dimensional structure. Of course, 100% it's going to be loosey-goosey until you reinforce these stitches. But it's all about tension. So if you want a sturdy structure, go up through here like this, and then come down through that. And the more thread you add, the more secure and sturdy your piece is going to be. So if you are going to do dimensional work, you do want to reinforce your stitches. Now it is important that when you're doing this, you don't get that tail caught in the way, because then you get the tail caught in the way, and then that's less than ideal. But once you get confident with your stitches, you don't have to really you can work backwards, forwards, side to side, all the ways, and it works out. Now that one, let's see, don't want to get it confused, because usually I work from top down. So I'll flip it. But it is one of those things where it's just wherever you're more comfortable with. If you are more comfortable working off to the side like this, you can be more comfortable doing this off to the side. And you just don't want that to get tangled up, because with the danger zone is if that gets twisted, it's going to want to get tangled because it's going to catch on that corner. But as long as you go around in that little square, it will hold itself. So I'm going to do one more of this. And then, whoop, I added too many, y'all. I got too ambitious. Like, I'm going to do, like, I don't know, extra. You do that, and then it's not going to fit. All right. So I'm going to make this one more wall of this. And see how this is already turning into a shape? If I was planning this out, I mean, in theory, you can, if you do that shape, you can kind of bend them to your will. No, that doesn't sound good. But you can, with these ones, you can kind of adjust a whole row at a time so that you can have a little square thing. I'm going to add one more row, and then I'm going to lock it together. And then you're going to see the little house form. How about that? It's going to have one little stripe, because why not, right? We're artsy like that. You know, I wanted to paint the cottage rainbow, and William said no. He said that we get our windows bashed out. So, but I wanted to do it in stripes of color. So there's that. So this is not on the project that's on the Patreon. The project that's on the Patreon is just the bracelet. But this is how it just shows you that this stitch, you can use it. You know, sometimes people are like, oh, square stitch, blah, blah. And you know, I get it. Maybe it's not your favorite. Maybe you're like, you in it to win it for peyote. You team peyote. But just use what you want, and then that's how that works, right? You get to do the thing that makes you happy, or try to at least. All right, I got caught on that one, but we're just gonna seam this up by doing square stitch along that side. And really, it's just an exercise of just that stitch. And it doesn't look like I'm doing it now, but I am. And you just have to make sure you don't get caught on stuff, because that's the danger zone, right? And really, once you get that form down, then you can do whatever. I mean, and it doesn't have to be a rectangular or square shape. If you wanted to make this into like a kind of a round circle, you just have to add more beads. And the more beads you have, more square beads, the more it becomes it's you would have more of a curvature to your structure. So if you wanted to have this be like a beaded bead, you could 100% do that. Why not? So I'm just going through and reinforcing this. We would want to do this throughout the whole thing, and then it'll get nice and sturdy. And really, what I could do right now, if I don't need that for a class, what I would do is I would weave this tail in so that it doesn't keep getting caught on stuff. And right now it's pretty loosey-goosey style, but I'll show you. Also, if you have even rows, like I did this is like rhombus style. But really, this one should have an extra one. Let me see. Yeah, that one needs an extra row. So that's why that looks like that, like a little bit like a trapezoid. But if you added an extra row, then it would be a perfect little square. But I didn't do it, so there you go. Let me do this. I'll make this into a rectangle. Sometimes you can fiddle with it and change the shapes of stuff. So this one, I want this to be the outside row. And this one, I'm gonna make this go. This may be a little bit tricksy because it's got that picot stitching on that, and that will make it not want to bend. And you can only do that so many times. Really, you shouldn't do this too many times because you're weakening the bonds. But you can kind of get away with a lot of stuff, surprisingly. Let me put that. See, it's kind of like a Rubik's cube. I wonder if anybody's ever made a beaded Rubik's cube. So right now, I got one thing. Okay, here we go. Cheryl says, I'm using 4x4 baby bicones. So far, so good. Now, bicones, one thing you have to be careful of is on the edges here. Now, if you have outside edges, what can happen sometimes is if it's S-word crystal, sometimes the edges of it are sharp. So if you have something that flexes and moves, sometimes the edges are sharp and it can cut the thread, and then it falls apart later. So just keep that in mind. So the way that you solve that is you put a little rocal in between, and that can help prevent that from cutting. This Yeah, I made this little thing. I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. This is just like for fun. But Lennis had mentioned having put wire in it if you wanted to have like a little Baba Yaga house. And really, you could do it, do most of your beadwork away, you could do like the body of the house like this. And you could probably plan this out so that there's a little door maybe. Maybe put those little 4 in there, make it a little door, and you can have it have a little window. That'd be cute. And then have the roof would be a little bit more tricky. So the roof, we would have to think about how we're going to do the roof if we did the roof. Excuse me. I would say we probably want to create another section and maybe brick stitch. Let me test this out. I'm going to test it out. I don't know if this is going to work or not. But I'm going to try it out. Why not? What we got to lose? If you're following along, then maybe you got to do your own pattern at this point, because I went rogue, y'all. I went off script. So this is brick stitch. So whenever we start a row of brick stitch, we start 2 beads, right? These are 2 size 8. I'm going to go underneath this thread ridge and then up through the bead the last one that we added. And then I'm going to go over, add a bead, go underneath the thread ridge. And I guess this is a way of thinking in like 3 dimensions. A lot of beadwork is flat. And there's a reason for that, because it's just easier. But if you want to do dimensional pieces, there are people who make vessels, there are people who make boxes, there's all kinds of stuff that people use this seed beads for. You can make a whole house out of seed beads if you wanted to. I don't know if it'd be sturdy, but you can make it. All right. So the next thing we do, put this last bead in place, and then we would go up. So that's brick stitch on the side. So if you wanted to continue the brick stitch and have it grow this way, you would just add 2 beads, which I'll show you. And then we'll add, boy, we're doing all kinds of experimental stuff tonight. I hope y'all don't mind, because sometimes it's fun to have a project, but sometimes it's fun to take a line for a walk and see where it goes. And you can put that in there. Whenever you start a new row of brick stitch, you always add 2. Well, not always. Sometimes you want to decrease. And this makes a fun kind of little pattern, little brick pattern if you wanted to. And you could also do maybe like a netting. Julie says, I always design on the fly. That's good. Some people, they love to have a pattern, and I don't blame you. Sometimes it's easier. But if you want to design on the fly, that's a gift. Sometimes you gotta do that. But whatever you like, right? All right. So the good thing about, if you reinforce your stitches, you'll have a little bit more structure, and then that's good. The problem with not reinforcing your stitches is that it gets real weeble wobbly. So that's where that would be good, and which I would recommend if you wanted to do some dimensional beadwork. It's all about kind of like the tension. But look how we do that. This is all square stitch, and then this is brick stitch on top, which I think is cool. Like, you could make a little house. So we're starting this row. We add 2 beads. We're going to go underneath this thread bridge. And it's good to play. It's good to experiment. How else do we learn? How else do we grow? How else do we develop new ideas and techniques? Um, I do think it is good if you do want to make a structure that you don't, um, like if you want to make a very precise structure and have it be realistically like that structure, sometimes it is good to make paper patterns of what you want to do and use a thick cardstock. We went to ECU and we saw a woman named Stacy Lee Weber, and she constructed all of her pieces out of pennies. And the thing that she does is she has a professional pattern maker make her patterns for her, and they're out of paper. And that's how she makes her pieces. They're all the patterns are made out of paper, and then she just uses the pennies as kind of like a unit of construction and solders it together, and there you go. So if you did want to have a precise thing based in reality, that's a good thing to do, to make a pattern. So like right now we're kind of going on the fly, but if you wanted to, you could do that. Now, in theory, you could also start to manipulate the shape. So if you wanted to turn this into the round, you would do a brick stitch all the way around and then start crushing your pieces like this, and it would make a curvature. And then you can start making brick stitch in the round so you could have a rope. So if you wanted to have a really fun kind of like tassel on the end or a little thing where you had like a connection for kumihimo, you could do that as well. So there's a lot of options for square stitch being the foundation for other stitches so that you can grow kind of a base off of. I think square stitch, people kind of give it a bad rap because it's kind of more basic. Like it's just like, adding one unit at a time and going around in a circle and a circle. But really, you can do a lot with it being like the foundation of other stitches or in combination with. So if you wanted to do that, you could definitely 100% do that. And it'll look cool. All right, let me see if I can kind of squeeze. This keeps going back out of alignment because of that pico stitch on the edge. And it's like forcing it to go. It says, I don't want to do that. You could also double this up like this. So if you ever wanted to do that for some reason, that kind of will lock into place. And so this is another way that I guess you could do like a closure of some sort. All right. I'm gonna retire this because we've kind of expended what we got going on here. But yeah. So what do y'all think of that? Did you like that introduction to square stitch? We did a little bit of brick stitch on the side here. And we also talked about pico stitch. We also talked about coral fringe or branch fringe. And yeah. But I think like if I was gonna turn this into a little Baba Yaga house, I'd do this brick stitch and then maybe jump over here on the other side. If I had like a firmer structure, like I would reinforce this and really kind of plan this out so that I had like a design, and then reinforce the stitches so it's nice and sturdy. But what I would do probably is do this brick stitch up and then go over to this other side and do brick stitch, and then it would have like two flaps, and then I would join the flaps and then make a little pico stitch that would sew this together. And so basically it would be like here would be this flap, and then I would cinch it shut and then sew it like this, go through it like that. And then that would make a nice little top to that house. Julie's is great. I want to use it as an alternate to looming. I should have mentioned that this is basically looming without a loom. So you can do all kinds of stuff. I may finish this idea off camera, or start over. I'm gonna do it off camera because I doubt you all want to see me try to figure this out. But what I'll do is I'll make a cute little house, little Baba Yaga house. I'll see if I got other colors for these cubes. Um, but it could be real cute. I think that could be real cute. Make them little chicken feet. Um, and then have that little top there. Maybe a little red roof. So the idea would be like, you have your little house. Of course, this pen doesn't work. Let me see. Have your little house. And then you have your roof. The front here, I think you just kind of have to maybe you put a bigger bead in there so it would like look like an eye or something. And then have a little door there and a little window there. And then out through, you could put a little bail here, or you could string it through here and have this be the door and this be the window. And then the chain could come through here. And then we just X that. And then out through the bottom, you have your little chicken feet. That's chicken feet, y'all. You didn't know that, did you? All right. What do y'all think about this design? Yeah? No? Maybe? Look like hot trash? The cool thing is that way you can plan this out like this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So it's a grid. So I would X out that for the door, and then that for the window. And then you know that you have to do these sides like that. Lena says, cute. Marianne says, think that would be awesome. And Julie says, super fun. Well, thanks. We just designed this on the fly. How about that? Taking a page out of Julie's book. And if you wanted to, you could also make a bottom for this and make a little box. I don't know about like hinges and all that, but in theory, if you did this, I'd probably sew this up and then it would have a little row of beads at the top. And so and a brick stitch that goes in the middle of that. So they look like little tiny shingles for the roof. Yeah? I don't know. Teresa says that would look amazing. So maybe I'll work on that off camera. I think it'd be cute if I had like some beigey colors. And also the square beads, the 4x4 square beads are really nice because they lock together almost like Legos, y'all. It's really fun to make that like that. But it's up to you. I'm gonna take this apart off camera, but one thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put these away because I don't want to get into the habit of leaving all the beads out. I've been trying to be more mindful of not making my unintentional bead soup because sometimes after a project I just walk away and then William kind of like puts it in a container and then I end up with like this bead soup and then I'm like, what's this? All right, so I'm gonna go into finding stuff for you so that you're not here too late. But I'm also going to finish cleaning this up because I don't want this to become Nightmare Station where these are all over everywhere. And then in theory, if William comes home soon, he'll have some pieces to show you that he made in class. So that's always exciting. I always like that on Wednesday nights that he has stuff to bring home that he made. It's like, what did you make today at school today? You can tell this is old because this is a Moonrise Bead Company. I don't even remember where that's from. That's back when I bought. I'm gonna just throw that one, or just put that in a mix. Because the ones, even if you can't use them like in a weaving project, those you can do in like in fringes, and you can do that stuff as long as your fringe doesn't have a design. You can use that in fringes. But you can make really cool, really quick components this way as well. So imagine if you had your little square, your little quilt square kind of design. And then if you stitch this up right, your holes could be on the side. Well, no, your holes would be down here. You could make a little thing like this. So you'd bead a little bail on there. You have your little component here. And then you could do a little fringy, little branch fringe off of here. And you can make that as dramatic as you want. The cool thing is that if you wanted to, you could also, you don't have to put just one coral branch per hole. You can double it up. So if you want it to be real thick and lush, and you want it to be real thick, you can put multiple fringe come out the hole, as long as you don't plug up this hole. Then you can do all kinds of stuff. What do you think about that idea? Now, another thing you can do, if you don't like, if you want it to have a more kind of bracelet application, you could make your pieces like this. So here's your square stitch component. You'd make that real tight. With the bracelet, when I started that piece, I kept it kind of loose. But if you wanted to have it be a stationary piece, you'd make the tension a lot tighter. And then you can bead that up, run through at least twice, optimally 3 times, because every time you you don't want your beadwork to be hanging by a thread. And then you could make these little modular links, and then maybe attach it with 2 jump rings so that you can have as many as you want. That could be a cool idea. This is going to be design class up in here. So what do y'all think about that idea? Making these little modular components that you kind of connect with either jump rings or beaded. You could also do peyote stitch and then like use that, make a little band and stitch that together and then just sew it up. I'd use some much smaller beads though. What do y'all think of that? I'm gonna do that. I don't know. I maybe after the live, what I'll do is I'll stitch up some examples and then post things. Because I think like Square Stitch, it's one of those ones that doesn't get, it doesn't get its fair play. Mary Jane says you can make a bird cage. Yeah, totally. I'm trying to think about that. Like, make the base. And then maybe build up the sides. Well, you'd have to make the base a little bit bigger, maybe, so that you could skip. I'll have to think about that one. But in theory, you could do it. The thing about this one would be it would be all about tension. And then have it be... You know, it's funny because not everybody thinks in 3 dimensions. And even this, I kind of had to pause a little bit and think about like how you could join these pieces. And then if you had them be like that. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I think that's the fun thing about beading is that you can really make those ideas come to life. Some of these would be way more complicated. Like this one would be a little bit trickier. But as long as if you have the right foundation, you could really do whatever and really make kind of modular pieces. But anyways, just some ideas. All right, I'll leave this up and then I'll go grab something to show y'all. So that we can show some fun things. Is there anything that y'all are in the mood for to look at tonight? I might, I don't know. I was thinking about, I don't know. I was gonna make a project for my friend Andrea. She's not feeling super great, so I was thinking about making something for her as like a good luck charm. But we'll see how that goes. Maybe I'll make something like this later. And put this little red thing, maybe, if I have the lemon red. So it's like, stop. But we'll see. All right. So I'm going to go and find some stuff to show y'all. If there's anything that you're interested in seeing, let me know, and I can kind of keep an eye out. Because I want to find some treasures from the studio or from the office. I do have some rings right close that we could look at if you wanted to see those. Now these ones are made with ancient coin reproductions in their pewter, which makes them a lot more affordable. And these are cool. If you're interested in these, we can make up a code. Otherwise, we can look at something else. Now, these are adjustable, so they fit multiple sizes. See, they don't have the end. I mean, this is one of those ones that you're not going to want to bend back and forth, because then you're not going to have a ring. But it looks like they just soldered this bail on. So we were selling these at $28 a piece, but we can do probably better on that. In theory, I just cut the bail off and keep it just for like a little coin. Because those coins are double-sided. Dale says, are they one size or size? No, that's all adjustable. So if you need it to be smaller, in theory, you can cut this off with a pair of heavy duty and then file it and then close it up. See how there's like a gap, so you can shrink it depending on what you want. And this one, why they covered up the B, I don't know. Look at that. They have the B on the back. But let me show you. I'll put these in order because some of these are the same. All right. So this one is the owl. These are all adjustable. Dale says some look smaller. Just you would just if you wanted to, you just spread it out. What I would do is take a ring mandrel, if you got that, and you just slide it in. And I would file these down just a little bit more so that they're not as sharp. But if you want it to be smaller, then you would apply even pressure and smash it. And this is pewter, so it would be nice and malleable. So this one's a Pegasus. I could do 25 on. Well, let's do 20 on these. What do y'all think? So if you want it to be, what we can do is we can sell these for $20. And this can be office surprise. So OS. Did William do OS lately? I doubt it. Let me see this. So OS. Office surprise. And then we can do and really these are made from old ring or old coins. What I would do is probably just use them for their decoration. So this will be one. These ones are 2. And there's 2 available for 2. This would be 3. And there's 2 available for 3. This would be 4. And there's 4 of those. And then this would be 5 and 6. 5 and 6. And these would be $20 each. SO1. That's SO1. These 2 are SO2. This one's SO3. These 2 are SO3. This one's SO4. This one's SO5. This one's SO6. And they're $20 each. They're pewter adjustable rings. And because they are pewter, I would, they're softer. But personally, I would take, if you have a little tiny file or even like a nail file, you could probably just hit those little edges of where it touches, and then it's not so pinchy. Because I tried to put this one on and it was a little bit pinchy. Let me see if anybody got any of these. Oh, we got some claims. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. So SO1 got claimed. Thank you. SO4, this one got claimed. So these ones are out. And then that's it so far. Oh, I see we got a claim. Holy smokes. Thank you so much. Somebody Got a bunch of my new acrylic pens. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 of my pens. Holy smokes. I had to catch myself. I was going to say something else. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That really means a lot to me. Thank you. Wow. All right. So I'm gonna put this off to the side. Wow, that means that make me almost cry. All right. So we'll do office surprise. Let's do another one. Hey, you know what? I got some puka shells. One of our friends, they were looking for puka shells, and I just so happened to have some. So how about that? Y'all want to see some puka shells? It's been a hot minute since I've seen anybody wear them, but you like how beautiful my paper are. Let's do these. This is going to be OS 7, $8 each. Oh, hi, William.
Oh, hi. Hello, everybody.
How was your adventure?
It was a long way around.
Can you do the back behind?
There's a like a hairpin turn going to my pottery class, and these tractor trailers come down that road, like these big tractor trailers. Well, this one got stuck. Ooh, look at those.
Aren't those pretty?
Those are super
pretty.
Those
are shell, but they're cute.
Where'd you get those?
From this bag.
This bag. Got it in this bag.
There's 3 of these. They're graduated.
Let's see, we sold a few more of your critter pins.
I did. I saw we sold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Where are you even seeing that? All that. Oh my goodness.
I can afford a little bit of gold.
No, we got bills to pay.
This is to fund my project.
Yeah, I know. I was going to steal it for the bills though.
Well, maybe you can have some.
Oh.
So these are great ones. Here you
go. Look at he deflated right away.
Yeah. They all saying hi, William.
Hello,
hi, William.
everybody.
Where's your pottery?
Oh, I forgot it downstairs.
Where's my progress report? He's gonna be back. So this is OS 7. There are these graduated shells, strands of shells, like puka shells. And let me see how long these are. They're pretty long. So that's 12, well, about 16 inches. And they're graduated. It looks like this one in the middle is a little bit bigger. These 2 are about more close to the same size. You don't get them random style. Like we pick it unless you want to pick it. So that's OS 7, $8 each, 3 available. No claims on those. That's all right. You know, there's a specific look. But wouldn't that be cute? Have that little gecko friend. This is a Komodo dragon. That looks like that. He said gecko, but that's a Komodo dragon. What? That's not no gecko. Look, Komodo dragon. Yeah, up to the website. But wouldn't that be cute? Just string that up. Yeah, no. And it says have to pay the heat bill. Meh, not as fun as buying supplies. Yeah, that sucks. We were in the same boat. We had to William saw me that he had to up the heat, and so we're going through the wood pellets twice as quick. So that's less than ideal. But, you know, whatever. It is what it is. Wintertime, y'all. -2. -12. 12 below. Anyway, so there's that idea. So that's OS7, $8 a strand. I got 3 strands available. All right, let me pull something else. Or we'll have an intermission. William will show his pot. Oh, that looks good.
Gertie. I went to check the mail real quick. She ran out in the porch in the snow.
Did she run back in?
Yeah, well, once I got her, she's out there, like almost barking, making noises. She's so excited.
She don't need to be that. She don't need to do that.
I know.
Stranger danger. We're gonna swap. See. Here we go.
Okay.
Ready?
I don't have much to show.
That's a lot.
Just 3. All right.
You have to raise it up. Raise the roof.
I know.
You know, that's not really a gecko.
Huh? This?
Komodo dragon.
I don't know. It was named Gecko Bead when we got it.
Well, it's Komodo dragon. Geckos don't look like that.
I don't know. That's what they named it. I didn't name it.
Well, I told them I'm going to rename it.
All right,
oh,
everybody.
We got one. Acclaim. OS7.
One of those shell strands.
Thank you. Beachy time. Ooh, that's pretty.
You like this?
You got the flux to go.
Yeah, started to get it to run. But once it hits the end gobe, it like stops.
It kind of makes a nice kind of like ridge in the middle.
Mm-hmm. I made it thick this time. I love this one.
That's a good one.
And then I did this one.
That's fun.
This one I really like. I really like this one. My teacher really liked this one too.
I bet she got nervous knowing she saw it.
I know, right? So this one, I don't know if it's because of this. So I threw on the wheel today. I made 5 more pieces today.
Holy smokes.
And I made some of them this wavy so that I can do this again. Marion says, love this piece, William. Thank you. Yeah, so these 2 are the same colors.
Let's see the next one.
And then Teresa says, love the second one. I know. I want this to happen on all of them. That's what I've been trying to get to happen. And it's starting to happen. And then this one has the brown end gobe on the bottom.
I like that. I like it to be less puddly.
You like less puddly. I've been trying to get it to be more puddly.
No. This one has got a good drip, but less puddle.
So this, and then it has this beautiful.
That one's the winner.
This one's the biggest.
On the outside.
What?
The inside on
the outside. That's just one glaze right there. That's the top glaze around here before
make that one.
Make that one.
Look at that speckledy goodness. That's my flavor.
So that is the third. You request it.
I requested it.
I have to remember what that one is.
The little lichen delight.
Yeah. Love the inside of 3, says Marianne.
Mm-hmm.
So that is, those are the 3.
Don't worry about no angle.
You said that all the time.
I like it. Speckledy Nation.
Mm-hmm.
With my face.
It's got dots in the glaze that when they burn down, they cause that. Yeah. Teresa says, oh, can I buy the 3rd one? Yes, you can, Teresa. I have to ship. I think I still have to ship you the other one, but yes, I can. You can. I'll get a price. I don't even know what I'm charging for these yet because there's more glaze on these. They're thicker. They're a lot more work. There's like 5 layers of stuff. So I got to get a price worked up.
Does your teacher, Amy, does she know about Shino glaze?
What is Shino glaze?
The stuff you brought so don't freeze.
Huh?
You brought the glaze home.
Oh, I don't know.
It's called Shino glaze, Japanese glaze.
I don't know.
It makes a metallic.
She has some metallics.
Oh, there, I sent you one. It's like basically glitter. And I was like, is this real or is this AI?
AI, right? Donna says, William, those are beautiful. Susan says, I like those. Thank you, Susie.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Yeah, this, like I said, I'm kind of really happy with, like, if I can make a lot like this one, I have a really hard time making this shape, though, because it's it's
Your fingers are big.
my fingers are big, and it's really hard for me to make this shape. But this is kind of what I'm going. If I can make this like in all different sizes, I would love that. But I have a hard time making this shape because of my fingers. And then I use the sponge on a stick tool, and I have a really hard time maneuvering that. And then getting these, like, this is a little bit of a curvature.
They're getting nice and
I
thin.
kind of wanted them more straight, but I kind of like how this is at this size. Yeah, I'm starting to get my walls are this one is especially thin. The walls, they're nice and thin. And these are all food grade glazes, everybody.
I want to see the red that you don't like, and then that speckle.
This one, that's what this actually is. It's this one and this one.
That's my favorite.
So that's the speckles,
no wonder.
And then the red.
I like the red. Maybe inside the red.
Lena says, lovely. I do like the black mud. Would love a pair at some point. The black mud.
For a pair of goblets. That'd be good.
So
make me some stuff too.
I made you one.
Some more.
He says, with that one particularly.
I do like the black one.
I think everybody
Engobe
cleaning the lenses.
That's because I'm very abusive with my phone.
Yeah, that's better. I got some.
He's like, oh
look, you can see the color.
Stuff. I should be.
You like the brown engobe or the black engobe?
Black.
The black. Yeah, I tried the brown. The brown's really pretty.
Can you do stripes?
I could do anything because you can just paint it on.
Then maybe polka dots. Polka dots. I want polka dots.
Polka dot engobe.
Yes.
On what color clay? These are mostly the lighter clays.
I think the speckled one, because then it would be like big spots.
Big spots and little spots.
Oh, yes, please. Can you do that where you make a polka dot and then it drips from the polka dot?
I guess if I put the thing on it, the flux maybe over top the polka dot, but it would change the color of the polka dots.
Make that red.
Well, I don't know if I can because the flux, this was not like this up here. It was a blue, but it wasn't that blue. So the flux blue adds a white color to it, or a lighter color. So like this at the top, like you can see it's really dark blue there. I can't remember what I used, but then put this on top and it turned it to a teal.
That one kind of in the center stripe on the bigger one kind of looks almost metallic-y.
This one, this might be. I might have used
like a gunmetal.
Yeah, I used a hold on. I do have my phone. I was like, I don't have my phone because I'm looking at it, but I do. I can tell you. I gotta get back far enough.
I know, because of them creatures.
Yeah. So that was that. No, that's before that. I went back too far. There they are. Okay, so that one is made with, so that's Cosmic Oil Spot was the name of that glaze.
An interesting choice for a name.
Right. Cosmic Oil Spot, and then Olive Float, Sandstone, and Olive Float at the top. And that's what's inside is Olive Float. And
it does look like olives.
Yeah, so it's Olive Float.
Look at it. It looks like olives on the inside.
Right.
Even the little pimentos.
And then the dark, this is dark flux actually on this one. So it turned this one into this color.
Maybe I want the oil slick in the inside.
This one.
And then the olive float on the outside.
And then these other ones, this is a combination of
that blue. Hey, touch the computer.
That's a combination of, so there's emerald,
which is that kind of teal.
Well, after the stuff hit, so there's emerald, and then tiger eye.
That looks like tiger eye.
And then shipwreck, they call it.
Shipwreck.
And then dark flux. I forgot to use dark flux on all these. These are all dark flux, not light flux. So
that looks good.
Anna says those are beautiful. You'll get better at getting them taller. I like the ones with the weeble wobble base. Can you do a pair of teacups? It's hard for me to go small. Teacups are smaller. I've been working on that, but today I tried to go small and it just was not working out. So most of my stuff today is at least this size or bigger.
Dang, just drink more tea.
Right? Need a big teacup. Mary Jane said an orange with a black. That'd be pretty fun too.
For Halloween.
The drips and speckle. The drips are pretty and the speckles too. Love all the drip glazes. Yeah, this, you have to force this to happen. And I've been trying to work on it to make that happen in a more predictable way.
Yeah, you're getting better at it.
So yeah, because these were the first ones.
And you said you're going to post those soon too.
Yeah, I'm going to post all these online soon.
That one looks good.
So these are the first ones. They didn't drip. You see, they're not
Look how
thick
thin
drips.
that is.
Yeah, these are really thin.
Thin on the top, so your mouth don't have to make a big O. And then a little bit chunkier on the bottom so don't fall over.
Yeah. These are the Weeble Wobble bases, I think, that Anna was talking about, right?
How you make that?
Huh?
The Weeble Wobble.
That that was done during trimming. So I trimmed them and then I sponged them and then I made sure that they had a flat-ish part so that they would sit, but then they can still. But I also leave I don't trim away all the base so that it's a little heavier. So,
also, it don't get whole.
Right. Well, yeah. But you definitely want a thicker base so it has some weight. Some people trim away or try to make their bases super, super thin. And I like a little bit of weight in the bottom of a cup. Even though even though these aren't all cups. They can be whatever you want. But they are food safe, so
that looks good.
Thanks. So that's all. These will be going into the online store except this one because Teresa has already claimed it. So I'm going to set that aside.
Looks like it has sparkles in it.
This is that cosmic oil spill.
No, but in the top.
In the top? Oh, around here?
No. In the, like there's a sparkle.
These are bumps from either. It's from the grog.
Oh.
The grog, because when I make these really thin, you can see the grog around here. When I make these really thin, the grog starts to come out, the grog is a little bit of a sandy kind of texture in the clay so that it makes the clay stand up better.
You know what that's from?
What?
That's ground up fired greenware.
That makes sense.
And it's supposed to be so it gives that sturdiness.
Yeah, it's a lot, usually, when you're starting out especially, it's a lot easier to...
Look what I made, William.
I saw what you were. I watched you making it. I watched you at least as much as I could. Oh. But I didn't see what you were working on, really. What is it going to be? You said a Baba Yaga house.
No, it started off as a bracelet.
Mary Jane says, how much are they? I don't know yet. I have to go and price them out. Usually my stuff around this size is usually around $32.
And when you buy his artwork, he gets to take more classes.
Yeah, it helps fund me continuing my education.
Because if you don't sell any pots, you don't get to go.
Oh, Charlie says, ooh, I missed those. Or I missed a lot. I'm catching up, but those are lovely. Thank you. So, yeah, they're usually like 32 to 38, somewhere in there for this. For a
handmade vessel, that's cheap.
Yeah, and
the ones they were selling them for like $80.
I know.
I was like, oh, I like this, but I have to think about that.
I know. I don't feel like I'm there yet to charge $80, but I started some of my first stuff that y'all helped support me. Thank you. Was started in the 20s, but now I'm pricing mostly in the 30s because there's a lot more time and energy put into thinking about them, and
it takes you longer.
It does take me like these three took 2.5 hours just to glaze. That was just to put the glaze on. That wasn't making the pots. That wasn't, any of the.
It takes so long?
Because it's so many layers, and the glaze has to dry in between each layer. So.
Do you have a heat gun?
There is a heat gun, but it's a battery one. So I went through 2 batteries last week.
You can borrow mine.
I know I should actually take yours.
But don't forget.
Don't forget it.
Amy, I'm gonna put my name on it.
Right. Amy had a one she said like in college, and it was a plug-in, and she loved it, but it died there. And so her husband has a lot of these batteries for other things, so they just got a battery one. I don't like it as much. I don't feel like it gets as hot.
You can't.
So
Bless its heart.
I know. So I I do have to dry them in between each one, and every glaze you use needs another brush, but we don't have a lot of brushes to share, so I have to wash out the brush every time in between.
Do you want to borrow brushes? You can do the glazing here.
I know. I technically,
you can load it up.
Right.
Be like, Amy, I'm a fire.
Right.
Get ready for the truckload.
Right. So I need to.
Yep.
I need to figure out what glazes I like, and I should buy my own glazes and bring home my Bisqueware. And
we have glazes. You should try them.
I should try them. So I bring home some Bisqueware next time. Anna says, that one on the left, can I claim it? The purplish one. This one, the little one? Is that the one? Oh, wait. Or are you talking about this one now, Anna? Or are you talking about the ones that from last week? Because I see you talking about those little last ones from last week too. Let me know which one. Yeah, and they're going to be like between probably 32 and 38, I think. I feel weird going into the 40s still, but that'll happen at some point. It has to. The ones from last week, I haven't decided if I'm selling them as a set yet. I guess if somebody wants them separately, I have to sell them separately. I shouldn't turn down a sale, right?
Yeah, manifest.
Right. So,
Higher.
Anna, which one are you talking about? This one is narrower and taller. This one is wider and squattier. But I tried to kind of make the ring go around at the same point. So they both have purple in them. So I don't know which one you want. But I can set that aside. Let me write names down because now you're all claiming them. I like this. I like this. So Teresa wants this one. Put your name in it. Let me know, Anna, which one of these. Or were you talking about this one? I don't think you're talking about this one. Right? That was last week's too. But you like the Weeble Wobble ones. Tell me if they need to be a set. I have a friend who may need the second. Well, I won't make you buy the set. But if your friend wants it, I'd be glad to sell it to your friend too. Just let me know which one you want.
Is it special, friend?
But if you want to buy them both, I'll sell them as a set.
You notice how
I just ignored that. Is it a special friend? He asked. All right. So let me know, Anna, which one you want. If you want the
There's no judgment.
No. If you want the taller, thinner one, or the squatty, wider one. Send me the price. I'm thinking of both. Okay. Let me just put your name on for both, ? Send price. Yeah, I have to think about the price. I've never sold them anything as a set before. So I had to think, I've been thinking about that. And if I really want to do that or not. Oh, Mary Jane's going to sleep. Have a good night, Mary Jane. Blessed night to you too. Hopefully you had a good time hanging out with Andrew today.
Soup, soup, soup.
Soup, soup, soup. Okay. What do we got here? We're moving back in. What number were we on? What are you doing? What's happening? Well, how do I take over now?
Because you're better at that.
Am I? Am I?
Yeah.
All right. What number? Where are you at? Where are you putting these? Where are they even going?
8, I think.
6, 7. Oh, you're just laying them there.
Well,
if you have a bag, these can all go away in that bag.
We'll just do what we're going to do.
OS 8. How much are these? This is a terrible marker. Where's
there was a decent-ish marker there.
Maybe this is better. There was a really good one last night. How much are these? What are these?
I think they're carved horn.
They do look like carved horn. They're beautiful. They're carnelian colored.
And they're little melons.
What do you want to do on those? $6 a bag?
Okay.
6 each.
Because if they don't sell, keep them.
I know. That's what I was gonna say. That's an easy, fun project right there. Mary says, because Andrew prefers doing it. I know. I should let him do it, right?
Nah. Well, how would you gonna pick? Huh? Do you know where anything is?
I don't know.
No.
Look at him turning it around so hard.
Do you want me to double down?
Turning it around so hard.
How you like that? Them apples. They're bitter and sour.
Oh, OS8.
You're gonna make me 2 pots to make up for that.
That went right from supportive, you did great, baby, to
Tiger Claw.
Tiger Claw came out. All right, these are OS8. Tiger Claw.
We got props.
We do got props, right?
Yeah, go do this one.
Oh, that was OS8.
This one's OS9.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, let me make some space though over here. So these are the ones that we need to put pin backs on. I have these orders separated.
Okay, those are coming. We ordered the pin backs.
Yeah, we had to get the pin backs because the ones we had, yeah, the ones we had were not good.
No, because what it is I don't want to sand and glue
Everything down.
The goal is to be fast and
you
quick.
would not know how hard it is sometimes to find adhesive things.
That's a good adhesive.
Right.
That's like,
how much for these? These are African?
Those like half a strand, so maybe $12.
$12.
OS9.
Sandcast, brah.
They glowy. Is it glowing in your eyes?
Anna says that's like a kitty. Love you, then roar hiss.
Well.
Look at these. These are beautiful. Look at these. These apt.
APT.
These are beautiful green, about near 6.5 millimeters, 6 millimeters, green sand cast beads. You get the whole bag of them. That's that whole bag. Andrew said it's about half a strand. It looks more than that to me, but maybe not. He would know. OS8, one of them has sold. Thank you so much. Oh no! It wouldn't be me if I didn't drop something every other lot. I found it. Don't worry.
Don't worry.
It's in the bag.
Don't worry.
It's in the bag.
Be happy.
Be happy. Okay, that's OS9. $12. That's a good price, I think, for that.
Right.
OS10. I feel like we're working through Mac OS 10, Mac OS 9. What is this goodness?
Metal plated plastic.
Anna says, those are beautiful. Love the color. Me too. And they have sold. Thank you so much. Metal plated plastic. Make it sound fancy. Plastico. How much is this metal plated plastico? Fantastico plastico. Metallico fantastico plastico. Matteo. That's our Italian.
Chiara.
Okay.
Io sono Chiara.
Io sono. How much for OS 10?
This one?
Oh, that's good.
I'm gonna do it.
$1 more or no? No? Okay.
No.
I was gonna make them 6. Andrew said do it 5. Metallico, fantastico, plastico. Fantastico, plastico, metallico. Andrew's learning how the adjectives work. Ta-ching! It's got the lightning effects now.
I don't like that.
I kind of like that.
When it vibrates
look at these.
My stomach,
these alone are worth that price. Look how cool those ones are.
Fantastico plastic.
And then you get these. This is OS 10. This is metal plated plastic. And this is LOL, you are too funny. We try to entertain.
Some stuff on them too.
Yeah, they're super light, but they look like metal because they are.
If you have some of them flat back rhinestones and stuff, there's that one in there up near the top. See that?
This one?
It's got almost like a bezel.
Where?
Aki.
Aki.
No, that's not it. That's the wrong language.
That is the wrong language.
Aki.
Aki. This one?
This one.
Oh, yeah.
That one has it.
This one has it.
That one, you could glue some stuff on it and make it real shiny.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, you could inset something right in there.
I'd scuff it up and then put that E6000.
Well, nobody wants it, so go away, little stray. Go away. See, I told you.
Get away.
Every other lot, I'm dropping something. That was every lot I'm dropping something.
Go away, homely face.
Homely face. OS 10.
Plain
Only
in the face.
$5 for all of that.
They don't do it. You said plastico.
Plastico. They don't
Well,
like the plastico.
Right. You don't like that? Maybe you like this. Double duty. It's plastico.
OS 11.
I don't know the word for gold yet.
$5.
Oro.
Oro.
Is that for gold for Italian?
I don't know. Could be Argento or something too.
That means silver.
No.
Silver, argent means silver. No.
No. No. It's gold. Look at this low. Look at it. That is bright. That's like in your face gold.
That's the Hamilton gold.
Bright. A lot of times when you see it, it's faded or like this is a little bit more like regular, but this is super bright.
So what they do to make it bright is they coat it in a lacquer.
It keeps that shine.
And then the one that's not as
look at
bling.
that big hole.
Yeah, kumahimo.
Yeah, these are a lot of big holes. Look at those.
Go ahead, kumahimo everything.
Since I have to get up at 4:30, it's bedtime. Have a great night, everyone. Says Marianne. Good night, Marianne.
Thanks for hanging out.
Thanks for hanging out. Don't forget, Friday night this week is Creative Make-Along. Creative Make-Along. Stay tuned to your emails on Thursday. We're sending out the link for the Creative Make-Along on Friday at 7:30.
I was going to ask if people want to do the book club again.
Oh, you're going to try and start that back up?
I know, but I'm so busy.
You are busy. I can't do that. I ain't got that in me.
But I love that. That's like one of my favorite programs.
I know.
Maybe I'll just say books to read and then we just talk
about them during the Creative Make-Alongs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna what's the word? When you take over something?
Co-op.
Gonna co-opt the Creative Make-Alongs for book club night.
And then
you are home for most of the Creative Make-Alongs.
That's what you think.
That it was when I made the schedule. Andrew.
William. What y'all want? You want some colors?
What are y'all looking for?
What y'all want?
That green color's so good. That's so.
This?
OS 12. I'm out of paper too. You got more paper? If not, I have to go downstairs. I know where there's some.
There's paper right there to your right.
That's your screen paper.
Go ahead, chop it.
Okay, what do you got? What do you got?
This,
how much are those?
32 for the whole bag.
Oh my goodness.
This is bulk sale.
Bulk sale. Usually we sell these by the piece, and they're like $2 or $3 a piece. Yeah, these I think were like $3 a piece last time we sold them. And now it's look 3, 4, 6, 8, 9. What 10 of them would be 30?
Oh, those are nice.
I know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That would be about what there.
Hand me the scissors.
There's what we would charge $32 for before. Andrew's just giving the store away.
I'm ready.
He's ready. $32. This is Mexican fire opal, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Mexican fire opal. Individual beads.
You got a collection to make?
Look at that. You get all of these. The whole kit and caboodle here. $32 only. That is discounted. That's discounted. Like even if they were $2 each. 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32.
Good mood. What happened?
Look at that. Look at that. That would be even if these were $2 each. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. If they were $1 each.
Oh, so they're like 50 cents.
So they are less than 50 cents a bead.
Is that so?
Huh?
No, move on.
Andrew's like, maybe I want to keep them after all. Because those I can put in the store, I know. string it up, make little shorty strands.
Yeah. I can sell those shorty strands for like $8 a strand.
You know, sometimes when I mark the stones too low, people, they think they're not good.
It's true.
So everything will be triple price. This one at $110.
$110.
What do you want? How about this?
Let me cut some paper. You took my scissors. Oh,
They're right there.
Oh, you did them for me. Thank you.
How many times you got to do it?
Oh. I wasn't ready for this energy. I was just at a chill pottery class doing my thing.
Now you're going to get this. Ready?
What is this? Aquamarine? Aquamarine chips. How much? Wow, $14, he says.
You think that's good?
That's way more than good.
Well, I want people to like me. So
like you and buy your things.
To bribe people.
This is nice. Very nice quality. Look at the color in this aquamarine. And this strand is, let me see how many times. This is 4 times, where are we going to? 4 times 8, 8, 16, 24, 32-inch strand. 32-inch strand of beautiful quality. That's some good grade quality aquamarine chips. $14 only, y'all. $14. You got me some bags? No.
I had a bag for you, but then they're the box bags.
I know, I took it downstairs because I was working on things earlier. Okay, I'll try to keep these separated.
How big is it?
Works. It's pretty bad when the bead store don't have no bags around.
We have bags.
He's like, we have bags. OS
don't complain.
14. What's next?
Here you go. That's your bag.
Okay. I bet I can fit it in there.
Hmm?
I bet I can fit it in there.
You need a bigger bag?
No, I bet I can fit it in there.
There you go.
It'll fit in here. Keep that one for next.
Chiara.
Chiara. Io sono Chiara. Dove? Dove la chiesa?
The church?
Chiesa? Chiesa or Chiesa? Chiesa, right?
Chiesa.
Chiesa.
The church?
Yeah.
What you doing at the church?
That's what came to my mind.
Chiesa
Chiesa or Chiesa?
Chiesa.
Chiesa. Oh, with a CH, right? Spell
Chiesa. Chiesa.
Chiesa. How are y'all doing as we speak Italian to ourselves over here?
About church.
About going, where's the church? Dove la piazza?
Piazza. That means where's the square?
Where's the town square?
Just square.
Well, that's what they mean.
Well.
Where's the square? That's
what that means.
What you got? Dancing around with things. Let's show the people. Oh, look at that. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
That flavor.
How much is this?
That's money.
Okay. $6. $6 for it all. What are these? Tell them.
They're
brass stampings.
Correct, but I believe they're plated because they've got that kind of matte gold plating.
Mm-hmm. So there are 3 little ones. These little ones come in at about 25.5 by 28.5. And then the big one, I'm going to do this one in inches because this is just a lot of millimeters. That's about 3 inches by 3 inches. It's 2 3/4 by 3 inches. OS 14. Do you like those, everybody? Anybody? Anybody?
You want some more? What kind of office treasures do you want? The choice is yours.
Oh, that went into the junk. Handmade Arcade.
Huh?
They have applications for their spring market.
It's only for new people.
Oh, is it?
I could ask.
Lennon says Russian gold plate over brass.
Correct.
Correct, he says.
That's what it is.
Correct. Ding, 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 ding,
Where that's
ding.
from, too.
Ding, 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 ding.
Ohio.
Where's my bags?
There's the back.
Where? These are full. Grazie.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
What do I say? You're welcome.
I
Prego.
was going to say, is it prego? I haven't gotten there yet, but I think it's prego. OS 15.
What do you want?
See what happens by the time this year ends. You're going to have a multilingual live every night. Lena says, I love them, but I might have them, and I'm not going to the basement to find out. It's cold. Show this.
That's what the bracelet looks like. What?
Oh, the bracelet you put up the instructions for?
That's only on the Patreon.
On the Patreon.
That I have to post them again. But that is what that looks like if you follow the instructions.
If you follow
instead
them.
of you going rogue.
Who went rogue?
Me.
You?
I mean, I started doing dimensional something.
Oh, you were going to do that, and then you did not.
And then I started.
I missed the beginning.
Baba Yaga.
Baba Yaga house. Looks great, says Lennis. Casa.
Casa de Baba Yaga.
Casa de Baba D, right? Casa de Baba Yaga.
From Baba Yaga?
Casa or Casa? I don't know.
Casa is the...
You know, that's Spanish. I didn't know if it was Italian.
No, that means something else. That means cash wrap.
Cash wrap is Casa?
I think so.
Oh my goodness.
I need to look over my vocab words. Because they don't really use that. They just had it as like a word.
Ah.
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 Si.
Si.
Vero.
Vero.
What?
How much is this?
This one or this one?
I was going to say that one.
This one?
$4.
Whoa.
$4. Maybe this is all too cheap. Nobody wants it. Maybe if we increase the price of everything. These are cool. I like these glass beads. Aren't those cool? And these are about 10 millimeter faceted rondelles. I think this is actually 2 strands because they're actually knotted up here, but you're getting both strands for $4. 2 shorty strands. You got another bag for me? Wait, I can put them in this small bag. These will fit in this small bag, I bet. Fit in this small bag. So what do you all think of the critter pins? You like those?
Somebody like 16 of them.
I know, that was nice. A lot of people liked them last night too. Did you show them again tonight? No?
No.
Oh. They were just claiming them from last night's rewatch. Bro. Is this, what is this? Oh, dyed shell?
Dyed shell.
Dyed shell. Beautiful green. How much is that strand? $10. $10. Beautiful green dyed shell. Little, I don't know, call them coins. Not quite top drill coins. And they are top drilled. I don't know if you can see that. Pretty
color.
They are a pretty color.
Good for St. Patty.
St. Patty's
or
Day.
St. Gertrude.
6.5 millimeters.
Same day.
You get the whole strand. Oh, OS 15 just sold. That's that glass strand. Thank you, or those 2 glass strands.
Grazie.
Grazie. This is a 16-inch strand. Beautiful color green. You know I like green. Okay. Oh, I gave me that bag. OS 16. $10.
I was starting my mentor. I was like, how can I become a Fulbright scholar? Well, here you go.
Here you go.
Qui.
No.
Echo.
Echo.
Here's. We need to learn the word for beads.
I know. We should know because I think we watched an Italian show on beads at one point, or watched some subtitles.
That's been raptured.
How much for these?
This one?
Oh, that's a good price. Overly good, but we'll do it.
We're all there.
$8.
Has anybody seen Ann Shorter?
She was here last night.
Oh, how's she feeling?
She's doing better.
How's
And her
parents?
parents are doing well. And they totally disinfected their house and her house. So everyone is doing well.
And the tiger?
All good. All good. These are approximately 12 millimeter glass lampwork beads. OS 17, $8. Bag, please. OS 18. Thank you.
You're welcome.
How much for this other strand?
$6.
Where is that from? Is that India?
I'm not. Maybe Monique.
I was going to say, it looks. Oops. I put $16. $6. $6. Nope. Nope. $6 for these. Possibly Monique. So Indonesian. These are really cool. Monique are handmade lampwork glass beads made in Indonesia. We've got strands of them in the online store if you'd like right now. I believe we still do at 20% off if you use discount code 12below. You can save in our online store using discount code 12below. There you go. OS 18. This is still a good deal. $6. $6 only. Oh, we just dropped in numbers down to 12.
What? They're like those good deals.
All those good deals, I can't stand them anymore. All right. Oh, let's I need a bag. Oh wait, I can probably put this in a small bag.
That's in a bag.
That one's in a bag.
Wait, what?
This one.
Here. This one? You want this?
Yeah, I'll take that for later. But this will fit in here. Save the bigger bags for the bigger things.
Monique.
Money.
How annoying is that?
How much for this bag?
Those are some of those are like based off of wedding cake beads. This many?
Okay.
Is that good?
Oh, sure.
Higher, lower?
I don't know. I don't know tonight. Probably just double, triple that price. Maybe somebody like it. Sometimes people think this one.
Is that glass? No, that's plastic. Plastico.
You get one plastico bead with it all too.
That's its little friend.
That should really sell it.
That's his friend.
I like this one right
Sometimes you need a plastic friend. Everybody needs
here.
a
little plastic friend. All right, so you get that lot, $5. $5 only.
Plastico.
Plastico.
But that is glass.
Glass.
How do you say glass?
Vitch or something probably.
I don't know.
Le vitrine in French is the window.
The vitrine.
Vitrine. Vitreous.
Vitreous enamel.
Comes back to vitreous.
Here you go.
La ventana is Spanish. Ventana.
You like this one? La Ventana Verde.
How much are these?
Blanco.
Are these? What are these? These
Glass.
Japanese? They look a little rough for Japanese. Yeah. How much? 5?
Sure.
Barbie was my plastic friend, says Anna. LOL. Not really. Horses. Plastic horses were my friends.
What's that called?
I think we had a I think we had horses.
You want some Japanese? Oh.
Who doesn't want Japanese beads? So these are little miniques at 10 millimeters a bead. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I just lost track. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24. About 25 of them if I counted correctly. 25 of them for $5.
There you go. You want a Japanese? Here you go.
Oh, it's 20 just sold. Thank you so much.
Grazie.
Grazie. Some of the green stuff is selling. The greens.
What about this?
The greens. Hold on. Here, give me this. Where's my scissors? All my scissors are gone. Even the little ones?
The little ones were up there.
What happened?
The big
Oh, there's the little ones. You had them to cut the paper, didn't you? You need to fit this in this little bag. Especially since that one's sold. OS. How much for those?
This one?
That's a really
Or
good
this
one.
one?
Yeah, better do that at least.
This Japanese.
Japanese glass is more
These ones are
expensive.
different.
OS 21, $10 for 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 beads. $1 a bead only in this vintage Japanese glass. I love these. Look how pretty they are. People love the Japanese glass.
That's a vintage.
We also have Japanese glass on sale in the online store right now at 20% off using discount code 12below.
It's vintage.
Vintage Japanese beads.
They kind of remind me of little mouths.
They always look like little frogs to me, kind of, or something. Like their little legs
Like
ready to
kissy
jump.
mouth.
Kissy mouth.
But it's like a drag queen.
18.3
Or
by
chapel.
21.7. There you go. OS 21.
Twisty kissy.
Twisty kissy. They're twisty kissy beads.
Twisty kissy.
Twisty kissy. When you can't say it in Italian, put the accent on. Somebody did that on the internet. It was really funny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. OS 21.
If I did that, I don't know. I was about to say get canceled, but nobody gets canceled nowadays.
I know, right?
Anyway.
Do whatever you want. Anyways.
Welcome to the Wild West, y'all.
The Wild, Wild West.
Do you remember how much these ones are?
Let me see. I think those were 16 or 18.
I don't know.
We'll do these at 16. That's, I think, a little bit of a deal. These are vintage German glass
From Ava.
from Ava. Ava Motherwell. Look at
She got
these.
stranded in Mobile.
I know, she's doing a mobile sale.
And she canceled the.
I know she canceled in New Orleans. New Orleans. Trying to say that right. New Orleans. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 beads, $16. It's only $1.60 a bead. Did that quick math for y'all so you don't have to. about 12.5 millimeters. I hear a Gertie. Well, some of them are. Oh, they're.
30.
What's that? They're a little. They're not quite round, so they do have a wider point, about 12.5 by 11.5. That's a real. I think that's a really good deal. OS 22, $16. Gertitude. Did you warm up your little handies, Gertie, from being out in the snow? It was super cute. She was being naughty, but it was super cute. I could barely stand it. She started like almost sneezing like you do when you're in the snow. But she was like, I think just so excited, or maybe it's because it was so cold, she was a little hyperventilating. She was making the cutest noises, but she ran right into the snow and she kept running around in the snow. Didn't you, Gertie? No comments.
We got quiet.
No comments from the Gertie Gallery. 22 has sold. Thank you so much.
Are you sure that's not Idabel?
Maybe Idabel? IDB?
Who is it?
How much you want to do this one for?
We were 18 originally.
You want to stay at 18?
16.
16 for a little bit of a discount.
Not Idabel.
That's IDB.
She goes, you don't know me? The Alpha?
The Alpha. So these were 18. They're peach moonstone, smooth nuggets, 10 millimeter by 14 millimeter approximately, 13-inch strand. Oh, hello, baby cat.
She's playing so hard.
She's happy to be in here with us. I can hear you from across the room, IDB. Peach moonstone. Beautiful color, deep color in these. Oh, hi. What's all over your face? Where you been digging? What are you getting into? That's my talking to the cat's voice.
Your eye is so red all the time.
Everybody's got a talking to their pet's voice, right? We all go up 3 octaves, right? To talk to our pets. OS 23, $16 down from 18. A little bit of a discount for y'all. These we sell in the store. We sell quite a number of them at $18, so that's quite a deal. Get the deal. You got a bag? He's already getting it.
Little ones.
Little ones. I've got these.
How about them? Dump that into the little bag.
Okay. What else? What kind of toys did y'all play with growing up? We're talking about the horses and the Barbies.
He-Man.
You had He-Man? I had He-Man for sure. And I had Transformers were my thing. We'd get a Transformer. We didn't get them very often because, you know, they were more expensive. But before we even, I think, took them out of the store, I would take them out of the box and I'd have them transformed. And my mom's like, how do you do that? I love the Transformers. My friend and I would play What do you want to do with that?
Sell it.
One of those. Those are normally. How much you want to put that for?
Oh, $3 usually.
OS. Yeah, I can't go lower. Can't go lower than that. Maybe $2.
$3.
$3. $3.
Look, beautiful.
Beautiful. Yeah, it's kind of this
Bluey gray.
what do they call that? That something blue? The Montana blue.
It's more gray blue.
Donna says I played with Barbies. I had He-Man. I had Transformers. I also had the
We had one that it was an old toy and it was clear. His body was clear, and then you could see push a button and see his blood.
Oh, see the organs and the blood.
Mm-hmm.
I did not have that.
I love that toy. If I can find that toy, I would have it now.
And what else did I have? Oh, we had I think it was a hand-me-down. We had a Hot Wheels, like a garage set, like it opened up and it had a ramp and a garage and like an elevator. I loved riding the elevator with my little Hot Wheels car. And
We
then
used to get the He-Man at the yard sales.
what is 25?
Your eyes is always
I also had
running.
Micro Machines. I loved Micro Machines. Donna says R24 Lucerne. Yes, they're Lucerna bicones. Sorry, I didn't say that. Lucerna bicones. Oh, and 24 is sold multiple times.
Which one?
The Lucerna bicones.
Well, load it up. Oh, I don't want to let you go about. I want to hold it. I'm gonna let you one.
Lennis had an animal hospital vet van with plastic bandages. That's kind of fun.
Were those what do they call them? The flock ones. What are they called? Something.
Donna says that's what I thought. Very unique color. Yeah, those are fun. Do you have more of those, Andrew? Because we sold 2 of those so far.
I don't know. They were up here.
What else? What kind of board games did you play board games as a kid?
What was that called? Those little flocked creatures.
I don't know.
It's not Berenstein. They're y'all know. What?
Y'all know.
Name it.
Name it. I don't know, but we used to play board games with my grandmother. My one grandmother would play board games with us. Donna says, yes, Monopoly. Yeah, I would play Monopoly, but I was like cutthroat. I was not a good sport of Monopoly. I was like, give me all your money, mortgage your property.
Nothing terrible.
But I rarely lost. But my grandmother, we didn't play Monopoly with her. We played, we did Rummikub, which is more of a kind of a card game, but with cubes, Rummikub. And we played Payday.
I don't know that one.
And we played.
This capitalist.
I know, right? We played this train crossing game. I don't even know if anyone ever knew of this game. I think it was called Train Crossing. It was we barely ever played it because it was so complicated. We had to get out the instructions every time, but it was kind of fun once you got to it. It was one of those long games. Like it took a long time.
I don't have time for that.
Lena says loved Light Bright. Ooh, yeah, I had a Light Bright growing up too. That was fun.
We had nap time in kindergarten, and if you were good, you got to play with the Light Bright.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
And it was my turn, and I got electrocuted, and I got knocked out, and they thought I was just asleep. And they're like, "Wake up!"
And you're like, "I can't."
And the next thing I know, I was at home.
Oh my word.
How
Donna.
many times I got electrocuted as a child?
I know. I was gonna say your mom almost took you to the backyard.
No.
Donna says Monopoly, card games, Candyland, Operation, and Clue. Oh, I played Candyland and Operation too.
What is those little flock toys? They're animals. Look it up on the computer, William. Flock vintage animal toys.
The My Little Ponies?
No, they were
Flock.
We were too poor for them. And it what are they called?
These ones?
Brown-Eyed
Rose?
No, there was a name. And it sounded like Berenstein, but it's not that. Oh, what is that? Sylvanian. Oh, I knew it before I saw it. I saw those things and it came back.
Sylvanian families.
Mm-hmm.
Blisswood Bears was another one. Bear Family.
We got the knockoff one from the Ben Franklin, and I rubbed the flocking off the stomach because I couldn't stop touching it. And I wore it down to the plastic.
Oh, Donna says, oh, and Twister too. Yeah, we played Twister when we would get together.
Yeah, but I don't
Usually
know.
over Christmas or holidays, we play Twister.
That's a touching game.
Teresa says backgammon and life. Those are two that I tried to learn backgammon. I learned it for a while and then I forgot it real quick. And then life, I don't know if I ever played the game of life. And
With
I
the
don't think I ever
babies?
played Clue. I may have played Clue once with my cousins. They were into it, I think. I'm trying to think of some. We used to play a lot of board games. I'm trying to think of the other ones we used to play.
Is Julie still
Parcheesi. Huh? Is Julie still out there? I haven't seen Julie's name pop up.
Because I got some more necklaces.
My other grandmother taught us how to play Parcheesi. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it or not, but that's how we pronounced it. And then
You want to try to sell this?
this is cool. We're on 25 right now. This is really cool. How much you went for this one?
They're all vintage plastic.
I know. They look like stones.
I think those are older ones.
How much you want for this?
$10.
Oh my goodness. I'll buy it for that.
Okay, sold.
He says sold. I actually really do like this. I think this is really cool. I would totally wear this just like this. Because
I'd restring it. Anything
these
that's old like that, I would restring.
yeah, but I mean I would wear it like this. I would just wear it. Yep. I would wear that. Because really, like
Those look just like stones, right?
yeah, they do. If you told me those were gemstones, I wasn't even sure until I felt the weight when I saw you hold them. They're very light. Yeah. So Anna says I played Battleship. My cousins had Battleship.
You took my Battleship.
And then I think we got like Travel Battleship. My brother and I think had that.
William won't play Scrabble with me.
No, he's too good.
I'm not even that good.
You are good. Don't say it
No,
because you used to
there are
play Words with
people-
Friends and you beat everyone all the time.
Well, I stopped playing that because that's what happens.
Lena says, I have that. You have this? This exact necklace? Or you have that board game? Anna says, I have something similar too. Love Scrabble. Donna loves Scrabble. People love the Scrabble. I'm not a fan. I'm not a wordsmith kind of person.
You know that if you know a handful of things and memorize them 2-letter words, you can be a winner.
Oh,
What about this one?
26.
This is a weird one.
How much is that? That Gesundheit, that giant bottle cap.
$5.
Sure. That's just somebody gonna pretty much use the chain.
Go ahead.
Right? Look at that chain. That chain's really cool,
It's not
actually.
gonna hurt me.
What card games do y'all play? Somebody mentioned card games. We used to play. What was that when you? What was the card game? You kept throwing cards down. War. Used to play War. You would throw a card down. Whoever had the highest card got the cards. And if they were the same card, I forget, you had to keep throwing them down until either that number popped back up or that suit popped back up. I can't remember how that worked. Crazy 8 says Maybelline.
We played that one, Old Maid.
I was gonna say Old Maid for
Was
sure.
that a real card game?
Yeah.
Or was that Old Maid?
We had special Old Maid cards. And then Crazy 8, Uno, Gin Rummy says Anna, Go Fish.
Go Fish. We played that.
Played that. This is kind of cool. Giant bottle cap pendant with some flowers in there. OS 26. Rook, says Donna. War. You did the War too. Poker, Rummy, Go Fish, Old Maid, Crazy 8s, and Uno. I think my friends played Hearts in high school. I think it was called Hearts. And I would play once in a while. It's kind of like you had to play in teams, so I didn't like it as much. I never liked team stuff. But you could play in teams. I know it's a trauma response. I have a lot of that.
Thank you.
Huh?
Thank you. Got the timer response.
I know. But once in a while I would play with them, and it was a complicated, if I remember correctly, maybe because I didn't get to really into playing it too much, but there was a lot to think about. How much you want for that?
$5.
$5.
Plastico.
Crazy 8. I feel like I played Crazy 8, but I can't remember what Crazy 8 is.
This is for most of the stuff for take apart, y'all.
Yeah.
Let me just say, because
Dale says, my granddaughter beats me at Crazy 8s. She's a whiz. I forget how to play Crazy 8s, but I feel like I've played that before.
was this one the same?
The same as this one?
Mm-hmm.
No. Differente.
Preparici. Preparisco.
Io ho bisogno, right? Io ho
You need? What do you need?
need of. Io ho, how do you say that?
Io
Bisogno.
bisogno.
Is that right? Crazy 8 is the way to play Uno without having Uno cards. That was what, 20? Did I skip 26? 25? Oh no, 26 was this. I gotta get this in a bag.
Bisogno.
Io bisogno.
Io.
J'ai besoin. I know that from French. J'ai besoin de. Io bisogno di OS 28. How much for this one?
$4.
$4 and going down. That's even longer. Going down in price. And this is right. Many of the games are based on each other. OS 28. There's a lot of beads here for $4, y'all. Don't look at these as necklaces. Look at them as beads. Beautiful beads too, especially on this one, I think. 27 just sold. Thank you so much. Maybelline says, you guys talking Italian brings me back to my college days. Did you study Italian there?
So that's not.
That's pretty. Is that S word?
Nah. No.
I was going to say, that won't get expensive. Yeah, I didn't take that. I wanted to take Italian, but I couldn't fit it into my schedule. I should have taken Italian like over maybe German, because German, that was a whole different animal there. So is Japanese, though. So 28 just sold. Thank you so much.
Which one is that one?
That was that wooden looking one.
The $4?
The $4 one. How much you want for this one? This baby. 12. Good deal. Crystals. Not S word. But really nice crystal. In all these sunny orangey colors. You get the whole necklace full of them. Maybe this is a couple college semesters plus an adult school semester. Nice.
I wanted to take it at the community college, but I'm traveling so
You're
much.
traveling too much for that. OS 29 just sold. Thank you so much. You got a bag for this, yo? OS 30, last one.
Keep going.
I need to eat.
We'll do these fast if you want.
He always makes me go out and I don't get to eat, and then he keeps me doing this.
Enjoy.
I'm like getting a little bit. I'm trying to keep my energy up, y'all.
Keep it up.
I'm trying, but the 7 people watching are going to notice. How much is this one?
That one is called the Infinity Stones.
The Infinity Stones, and it is $4. How many more are you doing? I'm getting roasted in here.
Oh, yeah?
I'm literally sweating.
The get the hunger sweats.
Probably. I'm getting the hunger, the hangry stomach growlings. Yeah, you know when your stomach feels empty and it feels like it's eating itself? That's me.
You should eat snacks.
I do eat snacks. She provides snacks at the thing.
Wow, she can give you some more.
I had chips, I had peanut butter crackers, and I had a fruit bar.
Maybe you should eat less of them then if you're good for your mouth goes.
Oh! Famished and fainting, says Anna. I know, Anna. About to pass out. Give me a bag.
Well, finish it up then.
Come on, you got more. Let's go.
That's all right.
Let's go. He's got them out. Let's
That's
show
all
him.
right.
Let's show him.
You hateful to me. Hateful to you.
See how it is, everybody?
Called reciprocity.
Reciprocity.
You get what you get.
Let's go. Come on.
He realized the error of his ways.
The error of my ways.
He was like, oh, delete. I'm putting down the wrong energy.
Maybelline says you have a lot of strength because I would have passed out from hunger.
He has not.
That's what I ate today, period.
Did you eat these recently?
I don't remember.
All right, well, there you go.
How much?
$8.
These are beautiful. Those of you who like green, like me. Green and gold. It's kind of like a tealy green almost, or an evergreen green. 30 just sold. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Maybelline says, thank you for spoiling us with these wonderful shows. Thank you for hanging out. This is 16. Hopefully you find enjoyment in our laughter.
Even if people don't.
23. 16 by 23.
You know, sometimes you don't want to buy stuff every day. Hopefully people still think they're fun.
Yeah. The whole point is to have fun, too. Not just to always... We have to sell stuff to survive, but... Otherwise...
Have to,
oh, it'd be so much nicer.
You know.
If we could just hang out with y'all just to hang out.
There's definitely... You may have noticed this. We used to do more tutorials back when we had more steady income.
From the store?
Yeah.
Because
there's a little bit of a cushion.
Less of a cushion now.
Huh?
Less of a cushion now.
The cushion's so bad. That's asked for him.
Oh my goodness. Sorry, but I'm just making room here for these next 9 lots. Echo. 31. OS 32. $8 again. Snacks tend to make me hungrier. I can fast for 18 hours and not be hungry with sticks and crackers in me, and I want to eat all the food. That happens to me too sometimes, Anna.
No more snacks for you.
I always have the snacks.
Right.
Amy says, cut them off.
And I'm like, my child cannot have snacks at the playground.
These are the red version of the other ones we just showed you. Of the green.
Those are more.
Yeah, these are nice beads. OS 33. We got one more color of these, and I think we've got 2 strands of these. These are the blue. So I pulled that out the other day too. That's really cool. So these are the blue version, and oh my, piece of something on there. Blue and gold, very French, right? And then those little flowers. Simple carbs always make you hungry if they are not complex carbs. Isn't peanut butter a complex carb? Is it? I don't know. Are those German? Asked Anna.
No.
No.
Is there repros Venetian?
Repro Venetian.
I think they were like 14 or something.
So you're getting them almost half price. Good deal. OS 34 coming up. Says the peanut butter should have helped. Good protein. How much is this?
Looks like a double strand of our vintage plastic.
So 8. This is actually, if this were our vintage plastic, this would be a strand. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'd be a $20 strand.
Give it to him for 10.
10. $10. This actually has a vintage plastic screw toggle too, or screw clasp. So that in and of itself is pretty cool. And then you've got the vintage plastic beads, but don't forget you got the little ones in between too. Not just the big ones. You've got the little ones too. That's OS 34. OS 34. And this is very nice. That toggle alone is probably worth the $10. We don't see those very often. Okay. OS 35. How much for this?
This one?
Oh, that's going to do like at least double that.
Name it.
Let's do this at, no, it's all. One moment, everybody.
It's pretty.
It is super pretty. I'm going to name this one at $12.
You like it, y'all.
Hmm?
He likes it.
Yeah, this is nice. This is a lot of, because these are actually really, really pretty. If I can show them to you, I gotta detangle it though, because it got put in the bag. I wanted to, oh, mercy. Okay, here we go.
It looks expensive.
It looks very expensive. It is a necklace, triple strand on this snake chain, and it's a triple strand of these vintage plastic that look really good. I don't know how they look on camera, but in person they look like a smoky quartz, but they're super light.
They catch the light pretty good.
They do catch the light very well. And it's 3 strands. I wish I could just hold it up for y'all, but we don't have enough room on the camera. But you could take it apart if you want to. But it is on a chain. You could use the chain separately. That looks like the late 80s, says Anna.
Yeah, it is.
And so each one of these is crimped onto the snake chain so it doesn't move. You can see the little crimps they used and spaced out. And it's super cool. So if you like it, it's there. $12 only. It's a lot of good fake crystal drops. Plastic crystal drops. Back in the bag you go to maybe be untangled in another day. Super large, but super light. OS 36. What you got for me? How much you want to do?
Somebody was tripping.
Somebody was tripping. What do you want to do on that?
$4.
$4. $4. Originally 38. Marked down to 28. Necklace.
Is that choker maybe?
Yeah, I don't know. It says neck on it.
I would.
But it was
cut
made
out.
in Korea. And then you got this little
Yeah, tortoiseshell.
tag, metal tag on here. What's that say?
And Taylor.
Oh, 9 West.
Oh, 9 West.
That's why it's expensive. More expensive. It's a name brand. 9 West. Oh yeah, the big tag says 9 West too. If I look at the back. Sold at the AAFES exchange. I don't know what that is.
American Eagle.
AAF.
American Apparel.
AFES.
Awesome, amazing finds.
So there it is. If you want it, it's yours for $4 only. $4. Dollars. You got a bag for that? Oh, American Air Force Exchange Service. Well, they tried to charge them $28 for that.
Did they have to pay that, or is that like for like you pay in like coupons?
I used to be a manager at 9 West, says Lennis. Still have my dog tags, LOL.
What number are you at?
37 coming up.
Vintage chat.
4 of them. OS 37. 4 of them.
Should be that much each.
Oh, I was going to do 12.
No.
8 each. 8 each. There are 4 of them available. Vintage check glass. These are super cool. I like this patterning. Is it a tree? Is it raindrops on glass? What is it? Who knows, but it's fun. And these are 11.3 by 18.3. Oh, Armed Forces, not Air Force. Dang, spell check. So, American Armed Forces Exchange Service. All right.
Yeah.
It's 37.
Y'all like the vintage jewelry?
I don't know. They liked it better than, they haven't sold anything since 30.
What?
OS 38. How much are these?
How much do you think a strand? It's crystal.
We were doing crystal at 7 a strand before.
Yeah,
Do 7 when we did our crystal sale.
Razzle dazzle.
Razzle dazzle. OS 38, $7 a strand. Beautiful crystal. This crystal is lovely. Let me get the light on it actually here. Sorry, my nails are dirty from the clay.
My nails are dirty too. I was like, ugh.
And it says, love picking through vintage jewelry.
I collect it, so I have bunches of it.
And these are small, beautiful little sunbursts, orange bursts, 2.8 millimeters. OS 38. All right, you got a bag for these for me?
I already put it up there.
No.
Oh, you didn't?
I used that you gave me the one for this. Not for these. Look how nice they look. That's a beautiful, sunny.
Those are the ones that Tallulah keeps trying to steal.
Yes, she does. Look, they go really well with our antique gold finish or antique copper finish in the AG Fine Pewter collection, which is on sale for 20% off at allegorygallery.com using discount code 12below.
Did we make any sales?
Yeah, we've made some.
Okay.
Made some yesterday, made some today. S39. It'll be these. OS39. How much are those?
How much do we usually charge for the fire polish?
I think it's 8. We'll do 8.
Give him for 6.
6.
Go ahead, give him a deal.
Give them a deal. These are long strands too. These are 12 inchers. Our fire polish isn't that long anymore, I don't think. So you're getting extra good deal because you're getting lower price for more beads. These are a really beautiful color. You can see they're kind of, we've got a little bit of that root beer kind of color, smoky quartz, a little bit of root beer. And these are 4 millimeters. 4 millimeters. OS 39. All right, Andrew. OS 40. What's the last one?
What do y'all want?
We've sold one of the 39 strands. Thank you so much. Let's do something big, something razzle dazzle, something that they haven't seen before.
Oh.
Andrew's like, what kind of pressure is this?
Not that.
It's not that. What did everybody eat tonight? I missed that part of the conversation.
Let's see.
I'm thinking about food. We have leftovers, don't we? That was good last night. It's getting better every night. He says that's good because it's going to be a repeat tonight.
This one's quartz crystals.
Quartz crystals. Is that where they reconstitute quartz? Or it's actual quartz? So this is all quartz. How much is this?
It's strung on a heavy wax, ecru leather sewn thread.
How about that? This is lovely. These rounds
that should be like 32.
Are 6 millimeters, and these are 12 millimeters. 32. $32. See if this $32 lot goes. The other one didn't, surprisingly. The Mexican fire opal. Wild not to pick that up for that price. Okay. Don't talk about it. This would have been a great project for Beat in the New Year on using all the rounds. Right? OS 40. 1 strand available. This is a very large strand too. Let me give you a size on this whole strand. This strand is about 8, 16, 24, 32 inch strand of beautiful quartz. Quartz 6 millimeter. What did I say? 6 and 12? Double? Yeah, 6 and 12. And it had chicken, avocado, red pepper, cheddar cheese, and lime juice on top. Ooh. I don't know. I'm trying to, I'm not an avocado person, but sometimes when it's in things, it's okay. When it's with guacamole, it's great. OS 40, $32. And that's it, my friends. That's it. Let me flip this camera around. And you can see me, and I can not see you. Oh, hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight. Oh, these lights are harsh. I hope you had fun. Thank you for hanging out with us for these 3.5 hours, mostly with Andrew and with me here toward the end as well. Thank you for those of you who claimed or pre-claimed some of my pottery. I'll get prices out to you quickly, shortly on those. And yeah, don't forget, we have a sale in the online store. Use discount code 12 below. There it is, 12 below, and that'll save you 20% off everything right now that's in the online store.
Catch.
What am I catching? What are we doing with that?
Give it to somebody.
This is a strand of rose quartz. If you want it, say rose quartz in the comments. And if you've got something to ship out to you or you ordered tonight, you can have this. It's for you. Oh, OS 40 just sold. Thank you so much. Lennis says rose quartz. She's on it. So that's for Lennis. Let me write your name on a bag and put it in there right now to include with your package. Packages are going out very soon for lots of people. I'm very excited about this.
You're packing today.
I was packing today. Yes, I was, from home. I brought as much home as I could. It's very awkward to pack from home because I don't really have a spot. Dale says, can you show the Mexican opal again? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Let me flip this back around for Dale real quick. Settings, camera, front camera to back ultra wide camera. Okay. Anna says, good night, people. Take care. Good night, Anna. Thank you for hanging out with us. Let me make sure this hasn't sold before I show it again. It has not. Dennis says, I don't need a pin back on my creature if that helps. That's up to you. It depends. It's whatever you want. If you want a pin back, I can ship the creatures with the next order too. Set up the order. This is the Mexican fire opal, Dale. It is this whole bag of it. Every piece for $32. We were counting this out. These are less, it brings these down to less than 50 cents a bead.
It's a good deal.
It's a really good deal. Less than
That's
50
like
cents.
A bulk buy.
Yeah, that's a bulk buy. That's definitely a bulk buy. Less than 50 cents a bead on the Mexican fire opal. They're really pretty. And I love these. I think they're so cool. They're some of the coolest beads I think I've seen that we have in our stash lately, for me personally. Like, I just think they're beautiful. So that's that. That's OS 12. And they vary in size. You know, some of them, these are 13 and a half. This is probably one of the bigger ones.
That's a good one.
At about 17.7. This is a bigger one, probably 18.8. So there you go. Dale says, thank you. Email just sent. I haven't gotten it yet. There, I just did. So that's sold too. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
That's a really good deal. I promise I won't steal a few before I send it to you. No, I would never do that. No, you get them all.
You never know. There's so many.
I know. That's the deal of the night, probably right there. What do you got?
Here, somebody wanted a paddle bead.
Did someone want a paddle bead? Who wanted a paddle bead?
Somebody wanted it. They could have it. I found it.
If you wanted the paddle bead, let me know that it was you who wanted the paddle bead. I want to give it to the right person.
Oh, well.
Okay.
Whoever wants it, say paddle.
Okay. Whoever wants it, Andrew says paddle. Say paddle. You get the paddle bead. Looks like this. If you want the paddle bead.
Ooh.
Dale says, I purchased some Mexican opal at Tucson and loved it.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that's a good strand right there. So if anybody wants the paddle, say it in the comments. Going once, going twice. Andrew's just giving stuff away now. He looks like he's got something. Dale wants the paddle.
Stick it with the Mexican opal.
Yeah, I'll just stick it right in there.
Easy.
I'm going to put it in a separate bag, though. Help it not get crushed.
Oh, this S word.
S word? What are we doing with S word?
For free.
Anybody want S word? Put S word in the comments and you get a free S word cabochon flat back.
You can tell it's S-word too. It's got that silver.
It's got that thick silver.
It's not that scratchy, pokey stuff.
No, that's a thick layer. S-word crystal, just put S-word in the comments and it's yours. Remember, you have to have something on the way or have ordered something tonight to claim. This is really cool. So if you work with cabochons, S-word, Dale, you got that one too. Thank you so much. See, you hang out to the very end. Sometimes you get goodies. Sometimes you get extra. Extra. All right, are we good? I'm good.
Yeah.
I need to figure out all this spreadsheeting. I got to put these critters back in their order because I need to figure out what people got. And I need to eat. All right. Nothing else?
Well,
right.
you just said no.
I know. I got to go, y'all. Sorry.
I was going to give some more stuff away.
Well, you want to sit here and give it away?
No.
Okay.
I'm ready.
That's what I thought. All right, y'all. Maybe
Suck the energy out.
maybe we'll give some more. I think the energy just left. Well, maybe we'll give some more away tomorrow. It is already 11:09, so we'll let some people. Yeah, I know. We got Duolingo to do. We got food to make. I got spreadsheeting and invoicing to do. Duolingo first. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. We hope you enjoyed today's show. Thank you for grabbing the critters. Remember, if you missed any of the critters from last night, the easiest way now to claim them after this video, after everything, is to claim them on Andrew's timeline on Facebook if you have Facebook. So go to Andrew Thornton on Facebook and claim those critters under the photos. We're going to see what we have left from what we've made, but we're also going to be making those to order. This is the only time we're going to make these to order. So get them now. We're going to make them. Once we've made this batch, whatever remains will go on the website. And maybe we'll make more, maybe we won't. It depends if we have acrylic or not. And that's it.
Some of it they only do seasonally. So
yeah, some of the acrylic, it's hand poured acrylic on a lot of these, and we can't get it all the time from Canada.
So you all know how that's
know what the tariffs are doing there. So
in the mail,
right?
So
yeah, get it today on Andrew's timeline. If you've sent us an email for them, that's okay too. From yesterday's video, I will be processing those tonight. And that's all.
That's all, folks.
That's all, folks. Sign up for our email if you don't have that already, because we'll be sending out the link to the Creative Make-Along on Thursday, and then we'll have the Creative Make-Along in lieu of our live on Friday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. All right, and we hope that you all join us if you're able to. It'll probably be 7:30 to 9:30. It's usually an hour to 2 hours. We'll just hang out and have fun and make stuff. All right.
What are we gonna make?
I don't know. What are we gonna make? Think about it. Think about it. Think about what you're gonna make with us, and then join us. All right.
Cake.
Thank you all so much. Andrew's hungry too, apparently. Thank you all so much for hanging out.
You get me cake?
No. And have a wonderful, wonderful evening, everybody.
Go to Amy's house and eat the cake.
They don't have cake.
And don't bring me. I know what kind of snacks she's got. She got them little Debbie cakes.
She didn't have any this time.
Did she eat it?
Oatmeal cream pies. I usually have those, and she's like, "Sorry, I'm out." Anyway. No, you can't throw oatmeal. Anyway, thank you all so much. Have a wonderful night, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye, everybody.
See ya.